I was looking through my notes, and then I go, wait a minute. I don't recognize what I've written. And then I look at it, and I'm like, oh no, I've done something completely horrible. I've mixed my baking notes into my campaign notes.
What do you mean?
So
The baking note?
I bake,
Baking
right?
notes.
Bake.
Yeah,
Yes.
I bake every once in a while, so I write down my baker's percentages of that particular batch, and I write down those percentages so that I have a reference going forwards, like if I wanted to get that kind of consistency. And basically, I had pushed that sheaf of papers into my campaign notes.
How?
Suddenly
And then I'm like going, I'm like going, okay, I've got genealogies here, and then I feel like, wait, what are these numbers? Because I write in notation. I write in notation, so like I have a set of acronyms. I have a set like I have a set of acronyms and percentages, and I'm like, wait, hold on, where did these percentages come from? I didn't. Oh fuck! And I'm like flipping through the notes, and I'm just going, oh no!
Oh man!
They're everywhere.
Oh shit!
Like there's the shokupan recipe and log that's there. There's the sourdough log that's there. There's the banana bread log that's there. I'm like, what else have I left in here? So I had to spend like 20 minutes just going through my notes.
Oh man!
And then I discovered that because of that, I had then mixed up 2 campaigns worth of notes.
Oh no!
It's just like,
Tarrant, that sounds exhausting.
What have I done? What have
You
I done?
need to have a baking notebook and a D&D notebook and a Warhammer
notebook. What happens if you include the same characters in 2 campaigns?
No, the beautiful thing about it is that I have headers. It's just that my headers are like literally just one line.
Oh.
So at like when you just look at it, you're just going, oh god, where is everything? But then like when you start sorting things out by the headers, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a point where I was going, wait a minute, this is Friday's campaign. This is bread. What? No, this is all wrong. Yeah, so.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait for us to go hunting for yeast. I think that would be a little side campaign,
Yeast is our
it's just like,
our
yes,
enemy.
I need you to find 600 kilos of the finest wholemeal flour.
I mean, that's going to be a bit hard seeing as there's zombies everywhere. We probably
you find yourself baking a shokupan.
Where are we going, guys? I can't remember the name of the.
Yes, a recap I think would be very good.
Flagtown. We're going to Flagtown on this boat?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Where are we on the journey? How many days in?
Day 1. Literally minute.
No, you are on the tail end of day 2. In fact, he said that because there weren't any good tailwinds this time round. Tailwinds, because he's got a sail on his boat. So because there weren't any decent tailwinds on his on the journey, Ulot told you that, well, I guess it'll take a little bit longer and everybody will be rowing. I mean, it won't be bad. It's not like you were rowing into a headwind, because that would be pretty bad. Rowing into a headwind is truly horrific.
Right.
Never do it.
Uphill.
Oh god, it's uphill and hold on. I have to be right back.
So does that mean my gusting has not helped at all? I was trying to gust us, a little bit forward.
I thought it would though, but maybe it is a cantrip though, so cantrips are small.
How long more do we?
But if I keep doing it,
I think we should be nearly there, because Ulot said it would take Father Ogum said it would take 2 to 3 days to get there.
Okay, so we're almost there then.
Mm.
Oh wow, we're almost at Flagtown, huh? Ooh, this is our journey. This is our destination for a while.
I mean, if he's actually there, though,
He should be there.
We don't know if he's moved on. That's the thing. I feel. I don't know.
we're beating him to it because he's like going to all these towns, right? But we're heading towards Flecktown.
That's the thought, at least.
That is the thought.
But that's the thing, it's a
The
thought,
thought,
right? For
yeah.
all we know, he was already at Flagtad, and that was quite a while back already
Yeah.
when we were in Eagle, right?
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Well,
maybe
no.
he's already-
When you were in Eagle, you were behind a couple of weeks, and he went
That's
up
what
straight
happened.
into the mountains, right? He went straight east and just never turned for anything. You could have chased him into the mountains, of course, but you guys decided to take the hill trade road into Kinag. You know, so yeah, he could have gone to Flagtad straight, or he could have bypassed it. You don't know, really. It's something that you guys would have to discover as you head into there.
Have we missed any hooks, Tarrant?
Now, that's a meta question that I cannot answer.
I feel like we might have missed some hooks because you know what? I've been thinking about how we started the journey, mate. And the way we started the journey, we were talking to that fucker in wherever the fuck. And then suddenly we are like, Marith, yo, possessed. And actually, Marith, like, technically, if we never touched the fucking javelin spear, we wouldn't have. So I have no idea, right? We started off with one thing and then we were like, this thing seems bigger, let's go. But what if that other thing was actually bigger though?
What's the other thing though? What was the other thing that
The thing at the start with the guy that what you're muted, shit.
Can Lilith be saying this like actually on the boat?
Sure, you know what? Let's
I'm
do
just
it.
watching.
Okay,
I'm
we're
Yeah,
on the
no,
boat.
we can have this
Yeah, alright.
conversation. No, go
Yes,
for it.
yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
On
Lilith
the
is just
boat.
like, guys, how did we start? It's been many moons. And I feel like I know we're on the way to Flagtad, but when we started, we were supposed to deal with what was the name of that guy? The guy that Mulu, sorry, Analu, your mother was really fierce and like held a rapier to his neck. And then we his guards were like behind us and he was like, okay, go your way then. But we never got to the real bottom of what that guy had to do with everything. So what
I
are
feel
we doing?
Denlin could have been the bottom of that one. So I feel
Okay,
yeah,
you think But
Denlin was
it's Denlin and okay, this is Fire, right? Not Analu. It's Denlin and Crackjack, right? They
Yeah.
are opposing.
they are one
Forces?
entity.
They are
Yes.
one entity.
They are one entity.
Yeah. So
But
the
what does
the
that-
name that you're trying to remember is Galdanor Elohim, who is
Thank
the
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who
that
was
was
who hired
okay.
us.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. That's the name.
he was the retainer handyman of the Orsov family.
Yes, the Orsovs. Thank you.
And the thing that you guys had picked up over the Orsov family, and actually, could somebody just run me a really quick intelligence check?
Who's good with that?
Lilith.
Well, actually, I'm only a +1 though on intelligence.
Moonwater.
My thing looks a bit strange.
Oh no.
Hang on. It's all like D&D5E dot don't know what.
Oh no.
D&D5E don't know what.
I'm a 12 at.
Did you say
I'm
intelligence?
13 +1 modifier. So I'm not very intelligent, you guys. I'm wise.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
not
do
very
it.
intelligent.
I'm not great at it.
Anybody can try it. Well, anybody except
-1 intelligence, not me.
anybody except Analu, actually, because Analu does not have prior knowledge of this.
Okay, guys, I'll do it.
Go for it.
Intelligence check, right?
Oh shit.
No, you don't think there was anything like okay, so you know that the Orsovs had a dark side, obviously, because you had somebody who was worshipping Solus and
Undead.
and there was that whole undead debacle, and there was that element of the fact that Galdanor did hire you to discreetly take care of the little undead problem that he had. Without having to go to the town guards and so on and so forth. But apart from that, you didn't think that the Orso family, they're very old, they're very established family. Their roots run deep in Denier. Everybody seemed to know them,
Mm-hmm.
or at least have know of them or have
Yeah.
dealings with them directly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't seem like there was a huge problem with them, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I remember we were asking around about the family, but everybody was like, "Oh yeah, they're a good family," and then they were like kind of hesitant to talk more about them. So then we were just like, "What do you do now?"
But I remember like when we were in the church and we were trying to get the holy water in Kaltu and you were doing your thing, we did like an insight check and we kind of sussed out that there was one like a whole room that the father or the priest didn't want us to go into. And we found out that he was kind of like not 100% genuine.
Mm-mm-mm.
So that's why I guess like I don't know anymore. What do the Orsovs have anything to do with this? And we haven't really been talking about them, but they were our first encounters with the undead.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I don't know if we've strayed from the path.
Well, I
This
mean, if you look at it, the path that you're on has had you save 2 towns.
that is very legit. But what the fuck do the Orsovs have to do with this now? Or are they done? Do we not care about them anymore? Is that done and dusted?
Because
Were
it
they
was
a stepping
Orsovs-
stone?
It was the Orsovs that led us here. Is that what you're saying? Because they hired us for that first job.
Well, they hired your mother.
Oh yes, sorry, my mother. Again, speaking as far out, not Analu. Just trying to figure it out. I think Analu, while she's rowing, she's just listening. She's not saying anything.
I kind of wish Mulu was here because Mulu kind of put us together, right? I feel like Mulu would have some answers.
Yeah, I definitely think Moon would have known the details on this. This was even before Moonwater's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you encountered Moonwater in Craigdag's Dimensions. Sorry, in well, it was
Calatrax.
Calatrax's Dimensions, yeah.
And then like there's a stone still like floating around my head.
Yep.
And I hold the stone and I'm like, yeah, and this thing belonged to somebody we just killed. And I really don't know who it is. No.
What did you have still stored in it?
It was
A
magic.
dark vision and a long strider.
Right, okay. Just double check what you have in it.
Yeah, it's in my.
Okay. Well, I guess guys, I'm just a bit scared. I feel like we
Taking
keep going into the unknown and the unknown. And I understand. I feel like I'm not religious, but this does feel like a path. But I don't know if there were many forks that we might have missed.
While
Yeah.
Analu is rowing, she quietly turns to Lilith and says, we are going to whoever who killed Mulu, the bard, yes?
Yeah.
That's all that matters. And she continues rowing.
Fair enough.
I hear this and I'm like I turn to the group and I'm like, remember I said there was no magic that could bring somebody back. I think I was mistaken. There are highest of the high magics that can bring someone back from wherever. They can't have been gone for 200 days, 200 years. But this is and to be honest, it's my quest as well. I'm in search of someone with this power too. So there is magics like that. And I turn to Analu's back and I'm like, and I speak to Analu's back as they are rowing, and I'm like, so there might be a chance, perhaps to bring your mother back. But yeah.
Well, this.
Here.
Analu says while she's rowing with her back to Susam, says, "Don't be foolish. What's done is done."
Yeah, Lilith walks away from the conversation as well. Oof.
Ooh, already we got so dark, guys.
As Belinda, I feel like Mulu's death is hanging over us like a cloud. Just this ever looming presence.
Anyway, so you're having this conversation kind of like over
Tea and scones.
over breakfast actually.
And scones.
Yeah, it is raining like mad.
And scones.
It
Okay.
is
Raining. Yeah.
hosing down.
Okay.
Hold on, let me just double check.
Can
You need to
I do
consume.
something to make the
You need to
make the-
consume 6 rations
expression?
Wow.
because
do
sorry, not
something?
6 rations. 2 days, 5 people, no, 6 people, 12 rations. So you're
Each?
down to
Each would be
so you're down to 39 minus 12 is 27 rations.
for the yeah.
Because you got to feed Ulot as well.
Right.
Yes.
Unless, guys, we push him. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, Jesus H. Christ.
Jesus.
We just needed a boat. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
Lilith.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Some dark humor to get us through these dark times. God. Mulu would have laughed at that.
Wow.
Or actually, Mulu would have probably already pushed him off the boat. We know this.
Anyway, so you guys, today would be day 3, actually. And Ulot tells you that he recognizes some of the bends in this in this particular portion of the river, and we are coming up on the town of Ganwin, which is a kind of medium-sized kind of river town. It's kind of like a halfway stop. Some traders go straight into Flagtad. Others take the other fork and head out into the inner sea. Head out into the inner sea to go on to like Sorjord or Alangar. Because then from Alangar you can go from Alangar into Skondero and on into the port town of the port area of Yetrion, which will take you to Laugar. But so the point is that Ganwin is kind of like that in between Flagtad and the rest of the inner sea. So it is quite a medium-sized it's a medium-sized town. He tells you that's where he is stopping though, because he doesn't like going into Flagtad. He mentions something about
Why are we stopping at this town?
because he doesn't want to go into Flagtad.
Oh, but so he's only leaving us here?
Yes, he will take you this far, and then it's literally like it's literally 1 day's worth of brisk walking into Flagtad.
Okay,
What?
before we leave the ship, can I reinforce the ship in some way with my survival skills? I don't know. Like as a thank you,
Mm-hmm.
can I reinforce the ship in some way?
Yeah, just make a survival check.
1 second.
During this time, I look at Susam and I say in Druidic, I'm like, well, we could really actually now push him off the boat and take it straight to Flagstad.
I say back in Druidic, I don't know. Good idea, but I don't know why they're afraid of going into Flagtad.
You could ask him.
I turn around. Why are you afraid of going into Flagtad?
Well, there are trading guilds in Flagtad. Quite a number of them, to be completely honest. And let's just say I don't have a particularly good relationship with some of them. My route is actually into the inner sea.
Sounds
And,
like you need a lot of permission to get in.
well,
Permission.
with regards to
I make a money
with
flow.
regards to water access, yeah, it's he reciprocates the signal. Either you have something that greases the palms, or
Which we do.
I don't think enough.
is
Are we talking trade ships, like huge trade ships?
Well, I mean, I'm a small size cargo trader, but there are larger traders around. Stuff that does ply the inner seas and can navigate the channel. That can navigate the Alangar channel. They're larger than my little boat here. But yeah, well, sometimes there are things that money can't solve. Sometimes there are contracts that you break and bridges that you burn. And
I see.
An ex-girlfriend, I see. Noted, Ulot, you player.
you don't have to put it that way.
I guess this town will do then.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is about as far as it goes. There isn't really much after this, because it from Ganwin, you can either go into Flagtad or you take the river down to Sorjord and then on into Alangar. But yeah. Anyway,
Analu turns around and asks Ulot, is there anything we need to be worried about?
well, it's been a while since I've been into Flagtad. Okay, but I can tell you a little bit here and there. The town is split in two. And he kind of like does a really rough sketch of the place, which I can actually show. No, wait, can I show you? No, I can't show you because I've already rigged that map. I already rigged that map up. But yeah, so he draws a rough sketch for you, right? You'll see the map later.
Okay.
What
So,
does the map show?
sorry?
What's the map show? A town divider?
Yeah, no, it's kind of like a rough sketch of Flagtad itself.
Okay.
Wait, let's see if I can pull it into story so far. Let's pull everybody into the story so far. Let's see if I can pull the map, and then you can sort of see what I mean.
Story so far.
Maps. Filter results. Flagtad.
Oh my god.
There we go. Pull that.
Guys, on the right of the screen, we see
Yeah, what is
both Maru
happening?
and Molu.
Oh no, I don't see that. I see just red splotches.
Yeah,
Worse.
inside those red
Inside
spotches.
them.
Oh shit, really?
Buy all the coins.
Oh man, that's really sad.
I'm so depressed.
Anyway, so he kind of like draws this really rough sketch of Flagtad for you, right? Well, this is the map of Flagtad. I have a slightly bigger version of this map as an actual scene, so you guys can play around in it later. But yeah, so he kind of like sketches it out for you and goes, okay, so this is Flagtad, right? And the problem is that this place is split down the river. So you've got kind of royalists on this side.
In the ghost town.
They're
Okay.
Dark Mile and Ghost Point
Ghost Point, sorry.
and Bread Bank, and like that's kind of royalist. And then you have I don't know what to call them. But it's run by this guy called Rurthal.
Rurtal.
Yeah. And
Rurthal.
he's the governor of Westgate and the Fair. And the royalists, they are descended from the Arakocra tribes, the wing touched. I think the Baroness Shaishti is still around. I think. So they're split down there, and it's interesting. Like, I don't know how you're gonna navigate this, because it's kind of messed up. But Rurthal controls a lot of the trade coming in from the land routes from Laoga, whereas Baroness Shaishti controls a lot of sea routes coming in. Mainly because of the location of Bread Bank and Snow Harbor, right? They're on that side of the river. Golden Harbor, despite its name, is kind of just a shithole. But yeah, so a little bit of history. The Guild of the Manifold Plenty had a contract out, and I may have had a bit of a capsize, and I may have lost their cargo, and therefore I may not be welcome there anymore.
Got it.
So it's not an ex-girlfriend, it's much bigger than that. Got it.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything anymore. But yeah, so it's there's a tension, you know. It's kept in check by, I guess, the Baroness. The Baroness has more to lose because of the land trade and the mines from the Isin Mountains. So yeah, it's tense. Not all out war, but you know, sometimes, you know, people go missing. Things like that.
I see.
Super chill.
Very
He
chill.
tells us this is when we're almost there, or
Yeah, as you guys are like, as you can like see in the distance the town.
Oh.
So it's kind of like telling you this, because the stream, even though it's meandering, is quite wide. The river, even though it's quite meandering, is quite wide. So he can, you know, kind of like sketch this out while he's at the rudder.
So this is Flagtat. Where is he dropping us off?
Oh, like way
It's
up
not
north.
on the map.
Yeah, it's way up north.
Okay. North of this, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. The town is called Ganwin. So he's gonna drop you up there. There is a very, very traveled trade road that takes you in. So it's one day's brisk walk. If you guys are on a carriage, it's probably even faster. But you'd have to. But you know,
We don't have a.
you don't have a carriage. You don't have a wagon. So it's.
Did we leave Oakley there? We did.
No, Oakley's in the boat.
Oh, Oakley's on the boat.
I don't know how you're gonna get Oakley off.
Oh, gaseous form.
Gaseous form again. Flap, flap, flap.
Yeah. So yeah. So there's the Royalists. There's Ruthal. There's a whole bunch of factions within that have their own interests at heart.
Okay. What are their interests, and how do they differ from the Royalists?
Well, I never really, you know, the fundamental difference is mainly one of control. Rothal's a Goliath and Shaishti's a wing touched. So they you know, Rothal's. I think Rothal's actually more giant than Goliath or Mountain Man. So he's, you know, the only other giant I know is the big ass priest of the Church of the Mountain.
Analu totally perks up at this. Giant?
Yeah. I don't remember his name. I only remember his first name. Helgar, I think. He's the priest of the Church of the Mountain. Huge dude. Huge dude. He he ministers in his church down in Church of the Mountain down in Green Bowl.
Analu asks, what kind of giant? Cloud, mountain,
I think he's a stone giant.
stone giant.
It's like really gray, but I don't know whether that's anything.
Okay.
I think. Could be wrong.
But Analu, our friend here, will not have a problem in Dark Mile and Ghost Point. Yes.
Or any of us for that fact. We're quite a diverse crowd.
Well, I mean, what are you? Are you half giant too?
I think she's full on Goliath. Are you, Analu?
I am half giant.
You are half giant.
Okay, so you might have. Well, I mean, there are, you know, I mean, you're in Reikja, the land of the giants, Goliaths, and Wing Touched. So it's not uncommon, I guess. It's if they ask you about your loyalties, I guess.
Stay neutral, you're telling me?
I hope. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to achieve down there.
This person that did that horrible deed and spread that corruption in your town, we have a feeling they might be at Flagtad, but are there any temples or shrines like in your town that might be in Flagtad that might interest this Denlin?
I don't know about that. I'm
Mhm.
just a boatman. I'm just a trader. Maybe you should have asked Father Ogum about it.
Yeah, he needed to. It's all right. We'll maybe can try and send a message to him next time.
Well, I could send a message up, but I don't know how I get it back down to you.
Well, maybe you could like send it to Flagtad. Maybe at one of the inns. Do you know any inns? And we'll go there and pick up the message.
Inns? Well, there is the Running Fish Saloon.
A fish saloon?
Running fish.
Saloon?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, they call it.
Oh, that's the name. Sorry.
Yeah, they call it the Running Fish Saloon. I think it's here.
Kind of in Ghost Point by Britbank.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's quite close
somewhere
to where
around
we're
there.
coming from, right?
Yeah.
If we're coming from
So
the north. Maybe we should head there first.
I know of that one. If there's another one over in the fair called the Tuckered Bear, but I don't remember where it is. Apparently, they have pretty decent food. I think it's by the square.
Any shokupan? Delicacy from my culture.
You'd have to. Well, wait, you're talking Laugar?
Yeah. Any Laugarian food or Laugarian community in?
Maybe Hay Road because that's further south.
Got it.
Or maybe somewhere in Snow Harbor because there's a trader. Yeah, lots of traders go there as well.
What about religious areas? Any shrines or journeys?
There's like small chapels, I guess. There's only 2 real big churches in Flagtad, one on each side. Holgar's Church of the Mountain is up in Green Bowl, and
That might be a good place to start.
Oh.
the Temple of Stefan. I don't remember what it's called, but it's dedicated to Stefan, right? Winds and all of that shit. And that's over in Dark Mile, somewhere in the center of Dark Mile.
Mm. The Stefan, you call it?
Yeah. God of the Wind.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, maybe you could find out whatever from Father Ogum, and if you want to call for us, maybe just send us a DM, you know, as they
A
say in
what?
Druid. A DM, a direct message, a message directly to us at the Running Fish Saloon.
All right, I'll see what I can do. I mean, I don't know who's left backing our off, but I'll do what I can for you. At least I can do.
Thank you, Yulot.
I like
Alright.
very stylishly pick out a one gold coin, and I like, you know, I flip it towards him.
It's just
Tossing a
like,
coin to your
Can I just
pocket.
do a dexterity check to see if I actually
of
make it?
course.
Oh, not
Oh.
too shabby.
Yep,
Nice.
it
Yeah.
flies straight into his hand. He's just like, well, I mean, for that kind of distance, you'd be paying a lot more. But given what you've done, I'll take it.
Bloody
Consider
sneaky
your
fucker.
message sent.
Thank you. We did save your town.
What happened
Jesus.
to my survival check? What was that outcome of
Mm.
that?
Oh, so while you guys were like talking with Ulot, because he's up on the deck, right, with the rudder and tiller and things like that. Analu has basically been reinforcing the bulkheads and keel underneath,
Oh.
and
Cool,
well, I mean, you know, there's bumps and judders and things like that, but like, you know, you guys are kind of engrossed in this conversation that you don't really notice. But below deck, Anlu, even though Anlu's kind of half stooped in this bottom area, looks quite proud of her handiwork.
Mm.
Quite proud of her
Nice.
handiwork. Anyway, we come now to the riverside docks of Ganwin.
Oh, new town.
There is no map for Ganwin, unfortunately. It is small enough that it does not get a map.
Because we're not stopping though, right? We're
No,
heading
you're not.
towards
You're
there.
just gonna pass through it. However, Ulot calls out to the dockmaster by name. He calls out to this guy called Gasato, and they Gasato and Ulot have a chat while Gasato and his helpers are docking the ship. And yeah, Ulot turns around and goes, well, here we are. I'm going to get some provisions. Holds up the 1 GP that Lilith gave. It's just like, well, you know, a little something. And I'm gonna head back up north. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I say as I pet Oakley, thinking how we have to gaseous form. Thank you so much, Yulot.
What is the vibe of this dock?
Ganwin's
It's how-
actually kind of pastoral. Like, it's actually quite.
I mean, people are alive, right? There's
Oh
no
yeah.
Okay.
Ganwin's actually like. Ganwin doesn't feel like he's gone through any kind of turmoil at all.
Okay, cool. Cool. That's
Wow,
That's a
this
good
is
sign.
very
good.
refreshing.
Refreshing.
Yeah.
This is new.
Yeah. The Ganwin's
wondered.
actually like, you know, full on. Like, people are going about their day, you know. There's they're chit chatting and things like that.
I like how all of us are just like, which house is gonna burn?
You know, is
Which
there a
one
house
of
that's
you
gonna
are
catch
undead?
fire?
Which one of you are really a demon?
But no, it's like actually it's actually like legitimate, you know. So
Can we
what are
talk
you
to the
guys doing?
mayor to make them to? Can we talk to the mayor?
Of course, you'd have to find them. You could
Can we
ask
go
Asato
quickly
where.
talk to the? So I turn to the rest and I say, warn mayor. Warn mayor of undead.
Might be good actually. Yeah.
We go, and then I just like kind of walk, not
Ah.
really knowing where
Hold
to
up,
go.
Oakley.
Because I don't know about, well, yeah, okay. So I get off the boat and I'm like, come,
Warn Mayor.
warn mayor.
He walks off.
Analu, hold on. You're real strong and big. Could you carry Oakley onto shore?
Okay, I go back on the ship.
Strength check.
Come.
Guidance.
Strength check,
yes.
huh?
Yes.
Hold on 1 second.
And you are counted as
Strength,
one
huh?
size larger, so it's fine. No, not. Well, okay, I'll take the roll, so that's a 15.
Because there's no strength on the skills.
No,
Oh.
so what happens is that you click strength, and so on your character sheet it says strength, right?
Oh, you have to go into your
okay, I have to
character
go to
sheet.
character.
Yeah. You go to character sheet. Well, actually, if you click on your token, it'll say strength check as well.
Where?
Checks.
Attributes?
Oh,
Checks.
checks.
Where are you guys seeing this?
Right at the top of like the top gray bar. Do you not have that?
No.
Oh
At
no.
checks?
Yeah.
Under check strength.
Oh, and also it's because
It's not
there
a
we
good
go.
roll.
Oh no,
Oh,
let's take the
no.
first one. Let's take
It's
the
the
first
first
one.
one.
Fuck this.
Yeah,
Get a
no,
D4.
I'll
Why
take.
does it say Mulu? Oh, Mulu.
Oh
No,
no.
it's okay.
It's
I think
Mulu's
it's
strength.
I think it's because in stories so far you were selected on Mulu. So select Analu's token, and then click on checks. Try that one more time.
Oh my god.
Where is
My
the
heart.
checks on the?
It's next to conditions.
Oh, mine's next to saves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is
mine-
next to conditions.
No,
Oh.
which is next to effects.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that's
I'm
a
very
GM
confused.
thing.
This is not on the. This is not on the character sheet, right?
It is on the
No.
character sheet as well.
Where is
So if you
that?
double
Where
click
is
on
that?
Analu and it says
Yeah.
strength 20, right?
Yes.
If you click on if you click on
I see it.
STR, it will
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
for
Saving
yeah,
throw or ability
ability
check,
check.
right?
Yes.
You have 20 strength. What the fuck?
Okay.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
So Analu
What the
literally
fuck?
picks up and like
No,
you
just
see
like,
the gangplank, kind of like bow really horribly as Analu just carries Oakley off.
I'm down, okay. I
Like,
can walk in
piggyback.
front. It's gonna be
Analu,
okay. This is a new
piggyback.
sensation for you. It's really brand new.
Okay.
I don't think you've ever been carried. Okay, it's gonna be okay.
Can you find out if Oakley likes it like a little dog, you know, like, oh, carry me.
This is fun.
You like
Oakley
being
is
carried.
mildly concerned.
Oh, just mildly. That's okay.
But yeah,
Just
like
mildly.
yeah, you know, like
Cartoon, just mildly. it's
big
fine.
strong thing just picked it up, you know, it's in prey, it's prey mode, you know. Like oh god,
But she
what's
does it- I
happening?
feel like she does it on like a piggyback, right? So so half his body is on her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
That's
get
like
it.
a-
Like
yeah.
just grabbed it and
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Oakley's just like ah.
Wait,
Ah.
but the cart? What about
You
a
had to
cart?
leave the cart behind. The cart was too
We have to
bulky,
find a
so
cart
you'd
to
have
have.
to get a new cart.
What about the things
Oh,
on the
I didn't
cart?
realize we did that. I thought when I changed into gaseous form, everything gaseous.
No, it
So
was.
what happened to the things on the cart? They were just
Does it
pushed
affect
onto the ship.
objects? Gaseous form affects objects?
I don't
think
remember. I don't think so. Along with everything it's wearing and carrying. Huh.
That's why I
we
thought
put-
we did it, right?
No, because I had said that you can't take the cart on, and people said that they were going to cart to
Get a new
carry
cart.
all of the things
Yeah.
onto the boat. So
That's
you
what I
left the
thought
cart
that's
behind.
what
Yeah,
happened
exactly.
directly to
Because
you.
that's what happened. And then you gaseous formed only Oakley.
And like
Oh.
the saddle and all
Yeah,
that
the
stuff.
saddle and the saddlebags and all of that.
So after Annalie drops Oakley off on the dock, she goes back to the ship and she goes to Moonwater and she goes, need a lift?
Oh, whoa,
And then she like turns to her. Need a
um,
lift?
I just climb on with silence.
Oh my god.
I look at my mom.
And I'm like, it's okay, Analu. Come, Moonwater. And like I hurriedly put my arm around Moonwater
And
protectively.
I grasp slightly at Annalou. I'm like, huh?
I turn to Lilith and I say, it's okay. And then I like hold on tight to Moonwater. You okay?
Okay.
Moonwater?
No.
And then I'm like,
No.
and then on the gangplank, I pretend to almost drop her. I'm like,
Oh my god.
just kidding.
Produce flame.
Just kidding. Just kidding, everybody. And then I walk her back onto the dock. And then I let her down.
Daughter.
Oh my. I step up.
Oh god.
And then
While
I
this
go
is
back.
happening, I'm looking up in the sky for King. King, come on. King.
I go to Cartoon.
Um,
Cartoon.
Hi.
Need a lift?
I'm very good. Thank you for the offer though. And then Cartoon like really steps out from the boat.
So Annalou takes all the stuff from the cart off the ship.
Well, I mean, it was on. It's now just on the ship. It's not on a cart anymore. So
right. So we gather it and then
Yeah.
we put it back
Yeah.
on the.
Are
But we
you
still don't
going
have a
to
cart though. So
find
she just
food to
carries a bunch of
summon
things.
angels?
yeah, it's just carrying stuff. It's just carrying stuff off. And it's not even like doesn't phase you at all because you know you're jacked.
Can I cast Find Sleep to summon angel?
Yes, of course you can. Just put
Actually,
it into
it's probably
chat.
not too. It's probably not too necessary right now. Never mind. I'll do it later.
All right, no, that's cool.
should
You've
find
got
a
the spell
cart.
slots for it.
I turn to Gasato as I hope King, as I'm looking at King. Ulot, Gasato, we need a cart. Do you know where we could get one? A wagon. Yeah.
Talk to Omthu at Oaken Dryad.
The open dryad.
Oaken Dryad.
Oaken.
He
Okay.
does a lot of carpentry, so you might be able to get a cart or something from him.
Unthu, was that what you said?
Olmthu.
Ormthu.
I'll type it into.
Umthu.
Onto.
All
So,
right.
yeah, so he says, just talk to him. He might have something, but work has been a bit slow, so I'm not sure what he has on stock. You might have to make do with what he has.
Sure. All right. Shall we head to the Oaken Dryad? then?
Open dry. Yeah, let's do that, guys.
And
On this trip, what is a survival skill? Can I make sure that we tread lightly? I know that's a stealth thing to like cover our tracks. But that's
Yes.
survival skill too.
Yes, so it depends on how you pitch it. But again, you're going onto a trade road, so you may not need
right.
to
Okay,
do
okay.
anything.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, so you pass through the so Gasato gives you directions.
mhm.
And it's basically on the it's on the western edge of town. Carpenter needs a lot of space, right?
Mhm.
And you pass through town. There's there's a bakery, what appears to be a general goods store as well. There seems to be a small ironworks as well. And as you approach the outer edge of town, there's appears what to be another tannery.
As we pass the bakery, Anu says, baked goods. Baked goods.
Baked
Should
goods?
we stop by for some? Is anyone hungry?
Baked goods. She walks in.
Should we try
Yes.
out any local delicacies?
Yeah, let's stop.
Ooh.
Let's stop.
Anulu, why don't you put all that stuff down? We can go into the bakery. It smells real good too. I mean, in a long time we've smelled like fresh like food.
Yeah.
Shokupan. Shokupan.
You guys.
Shokupan.
So cool.
Okay, let's go.
An old Bulgarian woman.
No, unfortunately not. Not quite yet.
Just came out, darling. And then we have to fight her in her candy house.
It's just like you'll never get my recipes alive.
No
Caroline.
Shokupan for you.
You know, but yeah, so there's
Yeah.
some pretty interesting breads. Lots of stuff made out of hard wheat. You want to say rye? There's a bit of rye as well. So a lot of hard wheat breads. So it's so it's hard wheat bread. So kind of like if you want to look if you want like a comparison, it would be something with a lot more whole wheat flour in it.
I go to the counter and say,
You have to stoop into the door,
"Cool."
and there's this spindly elf who is tending to an oven. Looks like because it's still kind of morning-ish. He's on the tail end of baking some bread, baking some larger loaves. But the loaves that are on display look to be smaller loaves and maybe some savory thing, little sweet and savory treats as well. But all in that more hard wheat, whole wheat kind of style. We're very rustic in that sense.
Smells like heaven. 5 loaves, please. And jam, big goods.
The elf looks at you and goes, 5 loaves. Okay. Pick. It's like he points over at what look to be batards.
What is that? You
Oh.
use so many words I don't use.
A batard is a
Batard.
loaf shape.
Right. Right. Okay. got it.
So it's kind of like ovalish, oblong.
Yeah.
Some people, it's like a fat. Some people call it like a fat French loaf, and I said like, no, there is a difference.
Okay,
It's not a
so the
fucking
fat
baguette.
French loaf.
No.
God.
Yeah. So he points at the batards, and you pick ones that you like. And do I have any jam? You might want to ask from Quill over at the Impish Provisions whether he's got
No, she shouts.
any. It's just like.
We have to save lives and kill the person who killed my mother. We cannot look for jam. Do you have jam?
Give me a moment. He disappears into his
Oh my God.
small kitchen workspace at
You
the
do
back.
like a intimidation check.
Oh god.
Intimidate him into producing some jam for us.
I go outside. I'm like, jam is coming.
So have you picked out the patatas? He asked you to pick out the patatas.
Yes. I picked out the 5 best looking potatoes.
And then he
Patatas.
comes out with a small clay pot. It's not jam. It's
Oh.
compote.
Ooh, fancy jam. That's what he said. Ooh, fancy jam.
I peek from behind and then I'm like, sorry, do you have shokupan?
No, I'm sorry. I have no idea what that is.
It's all right.
So Anlu gives the elf some gold
he-
pieces.
Sorry, how many?
12?
I don't know how much I have. Hold on. I'm just looking.
So-
I'm so broke, guys. Mulu was so rich.
I walk over and I give her some of my
So the elf says, all in all, that will be 10 silver because the compote is actually quite expensive.
Okay, all good. I just 10 silver you said?
Yes, if you want the jam, it'll be 10 silver, but otherwise it'll actually be like it'll actually be only 2, 3.
No worries, I'll give 12 here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your custom. Is there anything
Sorry.
else you need?
Yeah, I'm wondering, do you sell rations as well?
You will definitely need to go to Quill for that. I supply him the hardtack, in fact.
Got it. Got it.
Quill at the impish
Provisions.
provision.
Right across the road.
Ah, brilliant.
Analu turns to Moata, says, thank you. And then turns to the elf and says, thank you. And then walks out.
You're welcome. Mildly traumatized.
Just mildly. It's okay.
Mildly traumatized by this half giant who has no indoor voice.
Is the Oaken Dryad nearby? by any
So
chance?
the Oaken Dryad is on the edge of town almost, whereas Impish
Mhm.
Provisions and Little Ghost Bakery are more in the core of town.
Okay. Got
Let's
it.
go see Quill then. I think we should stock up on rations.
Mm.
Let's go.
Yep. So you make it to. So it's literally just across the road, and the Impish Provisions is in fact run by a tiefling, a horn-touched.
Hmm.
And yeah, so he.
Good
looks-
morning.
Good morning. It's been a while since I've seen traders such as yourselves.
We've come from the Little Ghost Bakery.
Ah, Jessica. All right, yes.
Yes, Jessica mentioned you might have some rations that we might be looking for, some supplies before we head off. We've come from up north? North, yes.
Well, I mean, if you were coming off the river, you would definitely be coming from up north. We rarely get much land trade nowadays, to be completely honest. A lot of it just goes straight down to Flagtad.
Misses you all.
Yeah, because we're just, northeast of Flagtad, so if you're just going to go and trade, why don't you just go to the bigger shop, right?
Has there been a problem for this town being bypassed like that?
No, we get plenty of trade. Well, we used to get plenty of trade from the northern from trade going up river, all the way from Garhofta and then to the spring town, the spring town that leads into Kinnog and Kiraz. But that's been a bit quiet these past couple of weeks. No idea why.
No idea too.
Oh,
Funny these things. Anyway,
Would,
rations.
how much rations do you have on you by any chance? We could.
Oh, I need to check. Any idea of how much you'd be looking for, and anything else you might need?
The lot.
It's like you hear him half choke, like.
And I give him the most pleasant smile.
He's like, okay, all right. Well, I'll see how much I have. Yeah. Just give us a moment. If there's anything else you can think of that you might need, just let me know. Then he just
Oh.
disappears into the back.
And then I just scream after him, health potions! Potions! Help!
He comes out after a little while, and he goes, I've got about 30 person days worth of food.
Wow.
So divided by 5, that's 6 days.
We'll take it.
Well, you're buying in bulk. That'll be 4 silver pieces each.
Do you also have, I don't know if you heard me, I screamed after you. Do you have health potions by any chance?
Oh, health potions. No, you won't want to talk to Macaron, who is the herbalist.
Do you have a
He's-
menu of what else you have, maybe?
He's kind of like, Looks around like, honestly, like I've got a lot of things in here. You'd need to tell me, you know, what you want.
Well, anything that would help, some hardy travelers such as ourselves, on the road. Things that would help us with utilities, staying safe, shelter,
Anything
food,
you want
water.
to sell?
What? What did you
Kaltoon?
say, Calvin?
Cartoon.
Cartoon? What do you say?
Anything you want to sell?
Ah,
He starts rooting around for things.
I just take out start jingling my very heavy coin pouch. Like, hey, big spender kind of style,
Okay.
Spender.
So it's just like, well, I've got parchment, paper, mirrors,
Mirrors.
um, well, it's a steel mirror. It's not a silver mirror. It's a bit expensive. You need to go into Flagtad. I don't think anybody's got a silver mirror in this town. I've got rope. I've got.
Oh, yes, rope for me, please. One.
Okay. That'll be 1 gold piece for 50 feet of rope. I've only got hempen, unfortunately. Nobody.
It's okay. It's ye old faithful.
Yes. There is I got pouches, tinder boxes.
Do you have any
water
thieves'
skins,
tools by any chance? I say quietly under my breath. Do you have
Oh,
any thieves'
no,
tools?
no, I don't. I don't stock that. I've got Tinker's tools, but not thieves' tools. No,
This
he's
guy
like
is
he's just like pulling through his stuff. I've got a tent for 2 people. I've got 10-foot pole somewhere back there. What are you looking for?
I think that's about it. Rations and rope.
Okay, that'll be
Rations and rope.
13 gold pieces.
I chipped in
Ah.
to that.
Okay, I'll give. How much are you giving, Susam? We can split it.
Yeah, I'll give 7.
And I'll get. Was it 13 or 15?
It's 12 for 30 ration days because you're buying in bulk,
So 13
and
in total.
and then 1 for the gold piece.
So
and then,
I'll give 6 then.
yeah.
And you give. Okay, cool.
Twinkling.
Yeah. All right. Well, I give him an extra gold piece.
Oh,
I'm like, thanks for
your
all your help.
Thank you, Quill.
No,
Michelle.
no problem at all. Glad to
Right.
glad to be of service.
I
You have a
sent to
good day.
Kaltoon and Moonwater. All good? And do you all need anything?
I'm good.
Okay.
Shall we head to the potion shop, do you think? Since we're in
Yes.
town.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll need some healing.
So
Alright.
so we were down to 27 rations. We bought 30 person days worth of rations. We go up to 57 person days worth of rations.
Got it.
And you'll give me the hempen rope, right?
Yeah, I'll drop that in your inventory in a bit.
Terima kasih, sis.
Okay, so where are you guys going next?
To the
So the herbalist.
I mean,
as
okay.
we're walking there, can I have a conversation with Lilith?
Of course.
I'm like, why did you not want to tell them what's happening up north?
I don't want to cause them any panic. I mean, we've seen so much, and I feel like I'm still freaked by it.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, I mean, we did say we might speak to the mayor instead, right?
Yeah.
Warn the mayor. I think it would be better to talk to him instead of.
Yeah, that's so interesting. My instinct was to tell them to warn them about any threats or to be wary of strangers, But you might be definitely right that it might be cause panic, right? Instead of doing anything useful.
At this point, I just sort of like look at Susam. I say, Susam, strangers, we are strangers. I pat him on the back twice and walk ahead.
Oof.
I
Big oof.
bam King onto my shoulder. Where have you been? What have you been up
I
to?
was up in the rigging. It was nice and peaceful and quiet, and you weren't jabbering away.
Great, great.
I was
Alright.
on the
Always
lookout.
wanting to be away from me. I don't know.
I was on the lookout. I was having a nap as well.
Great, great. Good.
You know,
good.
there was no other problems.
All right. Do you want pocket dimension or you want to fly around a bit?
And it's just like you see the owl do the near 360 kind of look, and put me away.
Nice.
Poof.
Cool.
Okay, so
And potion shop.
potion shop. So you are heading out into the edge of the further edge of town. This is where you can see a tannery, definitely a carpenter's workshop, and and what appears to be a herbalist's hut. So you
Knock, knock.
on
No, I actually say knock, knock.
oh god.
Like actually. Knock, knock.
No.
No, why?
Do I get a who's there back? Come on, man.
Come on, man. Does Lilith actually say, come on, man? Like,
So
what
that
is
was
happening?
Belinda to Tarrant. Come on, man.
Okay.
Who's calling?
Hi, it is us, a merry band of travelers.
Oh no, not again.
I start taking out my
You-
coin and jingling it really loudly.
It's just like it's like,
We
oh
are-
no, not again. Are you beat up? Like, do you need? I don't do surgery, and it's just like opens the door, and it's just like, oh, you don't need surgery. What are you here for?
Oh wait, sorry. What does he look like? This person? Sorry, they. What do they look like?
Macarin is a grizzled human. He's about as druid gets without being actually a druid.
Oh, got it.
Like,
Hello.
you know, man of the earth, scrabbling around looking for plants, kind of man of the earth.
Awesome.
So it's just like, oh, as I said, I don't do surgery, and I don't really do the advanced diseases. If you've tapped it, then you know you're gonna have to deal with it. Go look for a cleric.
Well, funny, we have a cleric.
Good.
but-
Then what are you here for?
I mean, do you not want our? Well, we're looking for some potions, to aid us on our travels.
Okay.
Perhaps, do you have a menu?
Quill sentence.
Why would Quill send?
We were looking for some healing potions. Quill said that we had to look for the herbalist. You.
Yeah. I got healing potions. I gotta see how much I have.
Nice.
The weather's been kind of crappy lately. I've got 4. I haven't had time to make new ones.
Understood, friend.
Just 4?
Yeah. 50 gold pieces per.
Whoa. 50?
That's the going
we
rate.
are always surprised when we hear this number.
Yes.
Every time we hear healing potion prices,
right,
the
right.
Asian has come out. Huh?
Huh?
Cannot lah, no
No
lah.
lah.
No lah,
No
50.
lah. 50 ah. No lah.
Today Shopee for sale. Ayah, come on
No
lah.
lah.
Shit, it is 4-4. Fuck my life. Oh no.
Oh no.
Hey,
Hallelujah.
normally Mulu is pretty good at haggling. Anyone else?
Like how to
Don't let the one with. Huh?
Oh, wait, no.
Analu turns around to everyone. Who can heal?
Who here
can
can haggle?
Who heals?
Who heals? I
Heals?
heal.
I have no money, no potion. And then she walks out.
I think we definitely should get some potions. I go up to the counter and I rub my mouth and I cast guidance on my tongue.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
like,
Has guidance on your tongue.
I'm like
That's cool.
bro.
Bro.
We just came into town, and as you know, we are quite beat up. If you could maybe like give us a little, we're gonna buy all of them. If we bought all of them, if you could give us a little bit of a discount. And also, then I like take up my stock, and I'm like, if you got some of this as well, I would love to purchase some of you, and you could put it all in a good price, because as you can see, it's running low, and it's not running low like there's so much. As you can see, it's like really running low right now.
Persuasion check. With
Let's
advantage.
go. At advantage?
Can I add a D4?
Yes, please.
Oh my god, privately. Nice.
Okay. Nice.
Well, okay. For a total of 18,
Nice.
Macaron goes, you look, that looks like some pretty shitty stuff.
I know.
Honestly, I don't like who even, like, you collect that shit yourself?
It's dried up. It's been on the road with me for ages. I'm really looking to smoke some premium local stuff. You know what I'm saying?
God. You don't share this shit with your friends, do you?
No, it's just me. Nobody does it here.
You've never offered.
Shit.
The shade, the actual shade. So he goes, okay. Since you are going to take the whole stock off my hands and I'll be able to brew a fresh batch, 200. And you get some fresher stuff.
200 for 4?
And I give you some of the good stuff. Fresh. Barely leached any oil out.
Shit.
You will hit that. And it's gonna hit back.
Oh, we didn't get a discount on the potions. I start thinking to myself, but this premium shit is just too good to pass up.
So,
I think
cleric.
business, I'm like, yes, please.
No,
And
no,
I
no.
push
You
it.
know what? No. Take this. Like he rolls one out for you. Gives it to you. You try it.
I do.
Make a Constitution check.
With advantage, since I'm a frequent. Oh, no.
Not even advantage. It's good. It's a bit too good. Your weak ass Constitution can't handle his strongest herbs.
Guys, fuck. I need to get out of here. All right, scramble, put the goal. Guys, I need to get out. I am.
Moonwater. Prestidigitation something for Susan.
Just something
Make
to
it
drink.
really-
My mouth is so dry.
Prestidigitation?
Prestidigitation.
So what is happening, mother?
I mean, make it smell really nice. Make everything smell like lavender, which is very calming and soothing.
Susan,
Okay.
the walls are bending a little.
Oh.
No.
God,
But we're gonna make it calm.
I-
Prestidigitation.
I start like just squishing my face like, no, the wall, the wall.
Did prestidigitation help?
No, it's in him already.
They are going to crush us.
I,
They're going to
I-
crush us.
I take his coins and I put it back to him and say, "Thank you, sir. I think we need to get on our way."
He's like he does this small, like a small wooden case. Like, here's your 4 potions, and there's like this small wax package. Wax paper package that he's kind of like tightly bound. And for the druid. Is there anything else?
Mother,
Well, I'm wondering, because we're going to be on the road, do you have any other potions that might be handy for us? Do you even maybe have something called alchemist fire?
No, I don't deal in alchemist fire. It's too risky. Too risky.
No,
Not with my processes. What do I have? Oh, I got. I mean, it won't come cheap. You know this already.
Jingle.
Okay. I do have, but it's a little temperamental.
Tell me more.
It's taken from some of the herbs that I collected ages ago, but it gives you muscles. Only for an hour. Only for an hour, but you know, it gives you plenty of muscle.
I look around, I lift my really scrawny arm and just be like, yes.
Like you know that the woman who yelled that she had no money, you get those muscles. 1 hour.
Whoa. How much does one of these potions cost?
Well, it's my last one. I had to use one. I know you're not supposed to use your own goods, but like I had to use one to help clear out a tree fall. Anyway, he holds up a transparent potion vial with what appears to be like a nail in it, or like a sliver of something chitinous. 220.
Can you spell that, please? Chitinous.
220.
220.
220 for a potion of hill giant strength.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, sorry, it's chitinous, not chitinous. Chitinous.
CHI, right?
Yeah, CHITINOUS. Yeah, it's chitinous.
As Lilith is contemplating the purchase, can we cut to Susam?
Oh, of course.
So I'm right up at Kaltun's face and I'm like, Kaltun, did you know you're a dragon?
Yes.
You're a freaking dragon, Kaltun.
Thank you.
My God. Yeah.
I don't get compliments often. Often just like takes it as a compliment. Like, yes, I am.
Yeah,
Like...
Kaltun, it smells like it's like dank. Oily dank.
Yeah, and we can cut back to that.
And then we just like cut back.
And when you cut back, I'm already counting 220 pieces.
All right,
Nice.
subtract
I lay
200.
them out on the counter.
He puts it in a small velvet slipcase, and he puts it on the counter.
Thank you very much, Macarin.
No, thank you for your custom.
All right. Just a question. Do you have anything that might sober up my very tripped out friend?
Oh no, he's on his own.
That's nice.
How
Thank
long
you.
is it gonna last?
Analu, you're a giant. My God, you're a giant.
Yeah, like Analu's like 1.5, like 1.5 above you or more at this point.
She hears Yusam calling her, and she walks back into the store, and she goes, "Did you call me?"
You're a giant.
Yes, I know. And she walks back out.
I follow.
No, yeah, your friend is on his own. He should be back in about 10-15 minutes.
Okay. Do we want to go see the? Okay, maybe we shouldn't go see the mayor. Let's get a cart first, and then see the mayor when Susam's
Over, yeah.
you know.
In a
You
better
did say
place.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's in a really good place now, but maybe too much of a good thing, you know. Wait, what happened to the rest of the joint?
Oh, it's on the counter.
Oh, sorry, I go back and take that. I'm like, thank you. Obviously, I stub it out first, right? But then I kind of put it in my pocket and like,
Pocket.
Oh my
Okay, all
God.
right. So, Susam is okay. Susam's kind of like coming down, like he's kind of plateauing downwards. He's starting to feel the hunger pangs. And they're mighty fierce. But yeah, so you're now outside the herbalist shop. He has closed the door, and you are outside, smelling somewhat dank.
Shall we
We're
go?
smelling somewhat dank? Or we're smelling somewhat dank?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the vicinity is now smelling somewhat dank.
Right, okay.
Fuck my life. I'm
Too
very
close to
sure
real life, man. This
was not
moment.
a hook.
No, this was not a hook. No, you brought this on yourselves.
Yes, correct.
So shall we look for the mayor to warn him?
I thought you guys were gonna get a cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to get a cart and we also want to talk to the mayor. What's closest to us right now?
You're on the edge of town, so Oaken Dry is actually like you know,
Right there.
5 minutes away.
Right.
You know, sorry, even less. You know, a couple of minutes walk.
Well, let's get a cart first then.
Mm-hmm. So you head over, and by the time you head over, Susam is now at like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah,
From-
4 is very nice. 4 is the
Like
normal.
4 out of 10. Before he was like at a 12.
Mm.
What do you mean?
That's high. The high is too high.
Oh, right. Okay, all right. You meant his highness.
Yes, he was at a
His
12 out of
highness.
10, and now he's at a 4 out of 10.
There was some really good stuff. Cartoon, I'm so sorry. And the look was very unbecoming of me. I apologize. But it was some real primo stuff.
Next time, share.
Oh, for sure.
I look at Analu and I see, like, making sure Susam doesn't see. I just sort of like pull out the spliff and I look at, I like just do this gesture, you know, like you and me later.
Anyway, so you come over to this carpenter's workshop, and it's half lumber yard, half carpentry workshop, and there appears to be a rather large human, not Goliath, doesn't quite have that half giant Goliath feature, but he's just a large human. A very large human who is currently working on a rather large reciprocating saw.
Maybe you can ask them for a card. I won't talk down.
Moonwater?
Yeah.
Moonwater, are you there?
Oh, I was on mute. Yes. Yeah.
I think Moonwater got some secondhand.
Now
Why don't
she's
you
at
go
like
try?
a 5, you know.
You should go try and get a good deal on a cart or something.
On a cart?
Yeah, you're very persuasive, I'm sure. We need a cart or a wagon for Oakley to pull.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good job. All the best.
Thanks.
Guidance.
Okay.
Hello?
The man stops sawing on the saw and looks up. And what do you want?
Hello, sir. I hope you're
Yes.
well. Oh, would you happen to have some sort of a contraption to pull our things. Or hold our things. I turn over to Susan and they call it a cart. Art.
You're
And
looking
mount
for
it.
a cart.
Yes.
I don't have a cart. I just sold one to
Analu-
the farmers.
As soon as Analu hears this, she goes behind Moonwater, and from behind her, she like bangs on the counter.
Oh no, no,
Cart!
you're out in the.
Oh, I'm
you-
outside.
Yeah, like because the workshop is part open air, and so you're kind of in the lumberyard portion of it.
Right. So I can't go. I can't do this.
You can't. Well, you could slam on the wood, I guess.
Yes, but she goes behind Moonwater, and turns to the guy and goes, "Cart now, now,
Bang!
bang!" Yeah.
Hey, that's good hardwood.
Cart.
I
now,
don't
lives,
have
okay.
a cart.
Lives are lives.
Sir,
Lives are lives.
we have I have money.
Everybody has money, but I don't have a cart.
Can
If
you
What
you-
make,
about a wagon?
Sorry, who said what?
can you
A
make
wagon? A wagon? A wagon?
Can you decide how you're going to pronounce it? But yes, I have a wagon.
No, they can't
Great.
decide.
We'll take a wagon wags.
He looks, it's just like, it was a client that bailed out on me. It's been sitting out in the back. Don't know if you're going to like it. It's a terrible color. Come.
Okay.
what the hell is the difference between a wagon and a cart? I actually yell out.
I have no idea. I thought they were the same thing. That's why I was telling you to ask them for a card. I thought it was the same
He's
thing.
just like, he's just like, did you actually say that?
No, I when Moonwater says that, I'm like, I don't know too. I thought it was the same thing.
Just
I guess
like,
it's not.
you know, not everybody wants a cart nowadays. They think it's, only farmers want carts nowadays. You know, everybody wants a wagon because they want to, they want to do long trips in it. But you know what? Nobody understands the aesthetic simpleness of a cart. They just want these things. And then he comes over to this large tarp, canvas tarp. Yeah. So, like, I'm gonna warn you. It was painted this way, and then the client never showed up.
Ooh, what does it look like?
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, those are Mulu
Oh, that's
colors.
huge.
Mulu's colors.
That's how I painted it, and that's how it's. You might need to clear it out yourself. Something might have nested in there.
Does
Um,
Oakley
I-
look different in this?
Sorry?
Has Oakley changed?
No, it's just
Oh.
Oakley from behind.
Oh.
I look at this the guy, the carpenter, and I say, I think your painting was beautiful. I think you did a great job.
Thanks. It was the order, so I did my best.
Beautiful craftsmanship, really. I bat my lashes at him.
Are you trying to get? Are you trying to get a lower price out of him?
Without asking it directly, yes.
Persuasion check.
Oh my god.
How much?
Actually, this is so bad. I am gonna show it to everyone.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
turn
that's
around,
pretty bad.
start batting my lashes.
Try it.
Like mother, like daughter.
Coming.
But hopefully better, I hope.
Wait, hang on. Yeah, where are you?
Beautiful craftsmanship. I love the bold and soft strokes that you used. Adds a lot of texture. Oh, geez.
He looks at you, just like. I'm sorry, that doesn't work on me.
Oh. Can I use my stone rune to charm him?
You can try.
Yeah. So how does it work practically?
You
the rune?
declare it, and then I make the wisdom save.
Sure, but like physically, practically, like what happens in the scene when I invoke the rune?
Well, actually, I'm not sure if you want to invoke this rune. The
Okay.
condition that is tacked onto the charmed condition is that he becomes he enters a stupor.
Hmm. Maybe that's too much for this circumstance. right?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Overkill.
Yeah.
But no, but what does it look like? So
It's up to you to
like,
decide.
do I have to draw it? Do I have to? What happens?
So I'm going to assume that you've already carved the rune into. So
A
you have to
thing, a
carve
stone
it
or
into
something. Mhm.
one of your equipments
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
have on yourself. So
Yeah.
it could be something that you've carved into your armor, into your halberd or your greatsword. But basically, as long as you have it equipped, I believe,
I just have to.
you invoke it.
Invoke it. Right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you learn 2 runes of your choice. When you can touch a number of objects equal to the number of runes you know, and you inscribe a different rune onto each of the objects. So one of your things can be a thing, weapon, suit of armor, shield, or jewelry, something that you can wear or hold in a hand.
Right.
Yeah. So
And then it glows probably like when you invoke it.
yeah,
But
it's like
how
a
do I
small.
invoke it? I just say something.
You
Do
declare
I
that you
say-
invoke it, and you spend the charge on your features list because it's one of one.
But what does
cloud-
it look like? What does it look like to the rest of them? Do I
That's
say something? Does
for
the stone
you.
start,
So
like-
that's for you to describe. But then once you describe it, obviously you have to kind of be consistent about it.
Sure. Okay.
But that's for you to decide. I'm not going to decide that for you.
Okay. All right. I'll decide.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'm
So
amazed
yeah,
about
so-
the-
so-
the- it
So
feels
it's so
like
fun though.
ritual.
You get to think, where are your runes? Where did they
Yeah.
come from?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, he looks at the both of them and goes, that doesn't work on me, right? That's not what. Yeah. Regardless, my price was final. 35 gold pieces.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm just like, oh, that's it. Cool. I'm like, wow, you really did give us a discount. Thanks, man. I toss him the gold pieces.
I go up to the cart, touch it, feel it, peek inside it.
Something has actually made a nest in there, but it's not home.
Oh, we gotta do some cleaning, everybody.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
All right, cleaning montage. Thank you very much, all of them. We've got a cleaning montage to do right now over some music. Perhaps.
I start dusting. Yeah, I'm like dusting in the montage.
Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
So before long, the wagon is in a very good condition. Omtu's handiwork is pretty decent. Very sturdy wood. Hasn't shown any signs of rot. And once you've got it cleaned up, it does look like it's never been used. Well, it has never been used, really. And it looks completely legit.
Analu takes all the stuff from the ship and puts it in the cart.
It takes you a little while to go back and forth because you've only got 2 arms, obviously.
But they're big arms.
But they're big arms, yes. So you can.
Beautiful.
So you
Guidance all the way.
You do load. Nah, it's okay. You don't need to do that.
Okay.
I don't need guidance.
So you do load 2. You do load the 2 barrels, a whole bunch of loot that includes a Morning Star, a short sword, an empty chest, a +1 dagger, a spare dagger, a quarterstaff, 35 pounds of undamaged, uncaged carapace, and
Oh, we have
uh,
unkick.
Why
Mulu's
so much
loot.
stuff, huh?
Sorry?
You've got so much stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Was this
Oh,
kind
the
of
carapace will make such good. I say as I move, I'm like, oh, we've got this. We could have made this to make some great armor, sis. I say to Lilith. Yeah,
But we never stay anywhere long enough.
that's true.
It's true.
That's also
there's no chance of these things being cursed, right?
Which things?
In the cart.
Oh no, they're all stuff that you've looted.
yeah. These are clean water. Don't you worry about it. Yeah.
I believe you looted the dagger +1 off somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it for a while.
Yeah, and then you guys just threw it in the back of the wagon.
Because I got a short sword.
It's true.
I'll trade my dagger for it. I've got a dagger.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
take
Yeah.
that.
All
I'll
right.
take the +1 dagger.
Yeah. So if you guys want to do some inventory management, you can do that now. You've got a little bit of downtime as you are dealing with your wagon.
Where is that stuff, huh?
Hmm?
And where would all that
It's
stuff
stuff.
be?
What do you
Like,
mean?
as in, like, is there somewhere on Foundry that we can see all those barons? Put that on the
So
top.
it's I've made Oakley Wagon a observer, so you can actually look at Oakley Wagon now.
Ah,
Cool.
So you can actually, under description, you can see all that stuff, because some of it didn't want to import correctly into cargo and crew. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just put it into the description. It's easier to track that way.
Ah, right. So it's on the description.
Yeah.
Morning Star, short sword, chest, dagger, quarterstaff.
So the +1
also-
dagger is no longer there because Yusam has
Mulu's
it.
loot.
yeah. As we move Mulu's loot into the new wagon, I feel like I put it very, very gently down.
Yeah. So
Almost like one with a body.
Aw.
Analu sees the loot, but doesn't say anything. Just sensitive.
Insight check.
Sure.
Yes, using that druid wisdom.
You look so pleased
No.
with yourself, Belinda.
Not that it usually works out for me. Do I get a sense of what he would have said, Analu?
Okay, Analu, what was that?
She's very sad.
Ah.
Doesn't want to deal with it.
Denial.
But she knows. So
First
she knows it's Mulu's,
Mm,
but doesn't want
it
to
is.
ask. Doesn't want to ask more. Yeah.
Yeah, so the wagon will carry, I believe, what is the capacity of the wagon? This wagon will carry a lot of things. It can carry, I think it will be able to carry the party as well. 2 people up front. An animal pulling can move weight up to 5 times its base carrying capacity, including the weight of the vehicle. They add their carrying capacity together. So it is. So I just need to double check. How much Oakley's statistics are. Strength 18. So.
As I'm by the card, I'm like practicing prestidigitation on the card. Like, what do you think about this symbol? Moon water for us. It's like 2 wands. They appear on the side of the card. What do you think?
Well, if the 2 wands are like crossing each other, does that mean we're always in conflict?
Yeah.
How
So
about this?
yeah.
1 wand.
Yeah.
United. Cut back
So
the-
with the wagon included, you can carry 2,300 pounds of loot
Wow.
or personage.
Nice. I go hang some lanterns by the side of it.
Do I have anything? Actually,
I hang a lantern.
just carry everything.
Which I
So
can use produce flame to light up.
so yeah,
Produce-
so the wagon can carry 2,300 pounds worth of stuff. It's spacious enough for two to ride up front and two to stay in the back. A third might get a little bit cramped.
Mm.
But it'll work, right? So a third
It's
might be
very
a little
nice.
cramped, especially since you've got cargo already, right? But it'll fit most of you. So if somebody rides alongside, it's a lot more comfortable in the back. So yeah.
All right. Should we head to the mayors then? Give them a warning, like you said, Analu.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so you head over to the town hall. And
Knock, knock.
again, it is...
No, no.
Knock, knock.
There
There's someone
is-
who's there. There's someone who's there.
Do you physically knock or do you just yell
No,
knock
she
knock?
We
says
say
knock,
knock, knock.
knock.
I
Not
say
yell,
knock,
not yell.
knock.
Not yell.
This
Okay.
is Druidic culture.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like Assalamualaikum. macam tu.
Well, nobody hears you.
Oh.
Fuck.
Hello?
Unlike the herbalist hut, unlike Macarin's hut, nobody seems to be listening at the door. Nobody seems to be near the door.
I do turns to everyone. I break it down. She's like,
Mm. It's okay. I think it's open. I think is there a door?
Yes, there is a door. It's a nice oak double door.
I go to the
And
door
she's
now and
ready
I
to,
turn
like-
it.
oh,
Is it
okay.
open?
It's just a handle actually. So
I
you
think
can push the handle.
I push
Lol.
the handle. Does it open?
It opens and
You see, not everything has to be solved with the halberd. Analu, it's
Good job,
Alright.
Sam.
I opened the door.
yeah. Inside is a hall. And there appears to be
5 zombies.
no. There appears to be nobody in it, but there is, however, a pair of stairs that go upwards that flank the end of the hall.
Shall we head up? Hello? I say a bit louder.
So now that you have opened the door and said hello, you
Mhm.
hear, oh, coming.
Oh, hi.
You hear the clatter of footsteps as an old human comes down one of the stairs, and he starts making his way across the town hall. Ah, hello. You are not from around here. It's first batch of traders we've seen in a while. What can I do for you? What can humble mayor of Ganwin do for you?
Wait, you're the mayor?
Yes, I am Mayor Davidon. And you are?
Well, my name is Lilith. That's I would gesture to everyone. That's you, Sam. This is my daughter. I pull her very proudly to my side. Moonwater.
So cute.
Our friend Analu and Kaltoon. We actually
He
have
goes and
something-
shakes each and every one of your hands.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, is there somewhere we could speak in private, perhaps?
no, come. Upstairs. I was in the office upstairs. Please, come, follow.
Alright.
So he leads you across the stone flags of the town hall, and you go up the stairs. It's a nice, interesting place, actually. You know, it's got a small It's got a small balcony, almost like a gallery, and but beyond that is a small corridor that leads off into an office, or at least a set of offices of rooms, which he obviously has used as an office. In it,
On the way up, I
Mm.
remarked about the interior design. Oh, very flattering, these paintings. You did really well. Yes.
oh, got some local.
I'm trying to
talent.
trade my charisma, okay, guys.
It's got some local talent here. It's you know, they do some nice work. If somewhat uninspired nowadays. There's too many landscapes. You got so much landscape outside. Anyway, so he brings you into his office, and there isn't enough space, especially with a half giant. But there are 2 chairs, a desk, and his chair.
I take a
And
seat.
he beckons for like whoever wants to sit up. Sorry, it's you know we don't. But yes, what brings you here to this humble trading post?
I look around at everyone and I'm just like, anyone want to take this over? And I'm like, okay, all right. Well, Mayor, unfortunately, we're not here with any good news.
You're not here to rob me like the last time, right?
No, nothing like that. But we do come with.
What do you mean
Please.
like the last time?
Oh, there was a bunch of gentlemen robbers came here, told me that they were robbing me, and when I expressed my disbelief, they then told me that they had basically emptied out half of the town. It was actually true. It was incredible. Never even got their names. But yes, no, sorry, continue.
When are you rob you?
Oh,
But-
this was a couple of years ago.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
right.
I asked, was a bard involved
No.
A bard?
in this robbery?
Hey.
Well, it was a woman and a man. Woman was kind of roguish, I guess. Not a bard. I didn't see a musical instrument. No, I don't think so. No. No, I'm sorry. Why do you ask?
She shrugs and walks away. She's always walking away this
It's
way.
like dum, 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 walks away.
But also Mula would never. Come on. I roll my eyes.
And then I kind of look at Moonwater and I'm like, anyway,
Annaloo catches this exchange, yeah.
I turn back to the mayor and I'm like, have you heard any news from up north?
There was a convoy that said that the roads and the rivers were getting a little dangerous. I believe there was a contingent from Kinarg many weeks ago that was saying that that this was probably their last trip, and that they were just going to keep pushing down maybe head over to Lauga.
Right. We came from, what was our town again? Denier. And since then
my.
we've been making our way down in search of a really bad person. There's been a corruption now in at least 2 cities that we've known of, where the undead have come back to life. So if it's been quiet in in Eagle and Kinarg, and Garhoft, it's because of this corruption. We're actually on a trail now to try to stop it. It claimed the life of 2 of our comrades thus far. but we thought it would be good for you to know that we don't know if it's going to come this way, but that you should be prepared.
Szadi?
So he looks a little concerned. Concerned is kind of like an understatement. Actually, you can see the color drain out of his face. And you have proof?
What proof do we have, you guys? Well, we have this writ from Lord Lutein. Perhaps we show him the writ. We were there just in time. Well,
Ooh, do I have my water skin of guts?
oh, I don't know if you want to show that though, but I guess that is proof. We have something quite graphic to show you.
Anilu goes out to the cart, takes the loot, comes back in.
Oh no. There you can hear a thumping as you come back in.
She puts the loot on the counter and says,
Well, it's his desk, but yes.
the desk, and says, this was my mother's. She died because of this. I don't know what other proof you might need. Then she walks away again. She's just constantly walking away.
I turn to Lilith and go, oh my God, thank God she didn't like see that bits of Mulu was in my water skin.
This is just like
What? Mulu's in your water skin?
I think so.
Mulu get into your
Little bit.
water skin?
I think
We
so.
cleared out a bit of Maru, right? To put in.
Yeah.
yeah, it's Maru is in the water skin.
No,
No, but then we
cleared out.
switched it out.
Cleared out a bit
Right.
of Maru to put in a bit of Mulu.
But
Gross, guys.
wait, so you collected the dust?
Yeah,
Okay.
like that bits of that ash or whatever.
Yeah,
was
you
left
collected.
over.
So wait, you're saying this water skin is now a conglomeration of.
Maru and Voodoo.
Okay. All right. Duly noted.
Moon water is
I need
taking
to
after
write
her
that down.
mother's
I need
dark
to write that
ways.
down. Holy shit.
Pretty dark, though.
It is pretty morbid.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, he looks at the writ.
Proper burial.
It's true. He looks at the writ. He goes, "Okay, no, okay," because like as you pull it out, like you know, it's just like there's this whiff.
Mm.
And he goes, "Okay, no, okay, that's okay."
Yes,
Okay, okay.
Very disgusting.
We understand it's a lot to take in. We have seen better days ourselves. And we're not too sure what you could do to keep yourself safe, but think it's better for you guys to be aware. We are now on the way to Flagpad, where we think the source of all this corruption might be. Have you heard anything from Flagpad?
Yeah, the bunch of traders just came in the other day looking for anybody who had dropped off goods on the way to the inner sea, but there was no other news of that.
Right.
That's if
So,
what you
no
say is
bad
true.
news.
If what you say is true, where next?
We wish we could tell you.
Might be. They might already be at Flagpad and missed.
Oh,
Miss Cameron.
that means that we're only a matter of time.
Unless we stop them first.
Anilu comes back in, takes the loot. We have to go save lives now. Bye.
And walks
Have you
away.
taken the
And walks
loot?
away.
Goes
Gung,
straight
gung,
to
gung, 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 gung,
Like-
gung.
Nothing I can do to say persuade you to stay. Defend us. We have.
There are other places that might need us now.
If it's at Flagpad, then
I don't know. I mean, Flagtad has a lot of people in it, and they're guarded by a pretty sizable legion, so I hear.
Yeah, it's a big town, it sounds like.
It. I don't know which towns you've been to. Denier, from what I hear, is pretty good, but Flagtad is quite a town. Yeah. So I don't know whether I should be worried about Flagtad, but my town is, yeah, exactly. It's we're next.
It kind of like makes sense for us to stay, right?
I think we need to get to the sword. Well, no, I lose outside.
But
Um, I asked the mayor, do you know, I pull out the list, right? Of names from the library because we're in Rikja now, right? Do you know,
Yes.
do any of these names ring a bell? Kivir, Guisarm, Arkansas, Asa.
Hold on. There's a set of notes that I need to refer to.
I know we
here.
already know about Masa. I don't know if we know about Kivir and
Yes.
Guisarm.
So the clan of Masa was the clan of Masa was put to the sword, as you know from the terrible history of Garhoft. He looks at the list and goes, "Oh, some of these names are pretty old.
Well then.
Some of these names are indeed pretty old. I mean, I'm getting on in my years, as you might imagine.
Don't look it at all. Don't look a day over 30.
Aww. But no, I am getting on in my years. And I have heard of the Guizarm and Arkansas families. They are a family of men. I believe one of them might be on Baron Shaishti's payroll. Baroness Shaishti.
Very nice.
Baroness Shaishti. You know.
In Flagtad,
Yes.
we have to
So the
go.
royalists, right?
what happened?
At this point, I literally just stand up and say, Baroness, got it. We need to go now, then.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Run after my mother.
So yeah, it's just like, but okay.
Oh, I'm here. I see some still in the room.
Okay.
You not have an army here in Gadwin.
In Ganwin, we have a militia of men, but it's just a militia. You know, we're well provisioned from Dole's ironwork. You might have seen it, but it's, we have some training. But yeah, as I said, if you have greater things to do, it's far from me to beg you to stay, or if anything does happen.
I'm really sorry, sir, but we've been on this journey for a while, and I think we already have an idea of where the root of this is happening, and it's not in this town. We can't stay here.
I understand. I will try and I will whip the militia back into gear, and we will do what we can.
I think that's best.
Is there anything else you need?
If you do need to find us, do try and send a message to the saloon in the Running Fish.
I know the Running Fish. I've been there before. If anything, I will send one of my boys.
Yes, we don't know if they are on the way here or they've already passed. So, but we know the source lies in Flagtad. Thank you, and Godspeed.
Godspeed to you too. If there's anything, I would I will need to go and talk to my guard captain. Come, let us go.
And I follow. Yeah.
Yeah. So he starts leading you out.
I'm already at the cart.
Yeah,
and
you're
he's like,
you know
"Guys,
Lilith's already at the cart.
we gotta go. We need to find the spore.
Spore?
It's he
Grisarm
wrote
spore?
there next to Arkansas. My spore so far away. ...
Sorry, where is this? What are you looking at?
Oh, the note.
The library note.
Notes from Eagle, I believe. Library note.
Library note one or two, one of it.
Yeah.
Guys, this is why I rushed out. We now know there's definitely so either he's already gotten to this Arkansas fella.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I read my notes wrong. He's a Gizam, not a Arkansas, but it's the same one.
Darn.
Yeah, it's a Gizam.
Anyway, so I misheard wrong apparently. Gizarm.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a Gizam, not an Arkansas.
Gizarm is in Flagtad, and he's one of the spores, which means he's not a good guy, and probably Denlin is going over there to like turn him into another one of those death locks.
Oh shit.
We go now. And then Lou says, and like grabs everything, quickly puts it in the cart, and like, we go now.
That's what I said. And I
Let's
I
go,
went
But
to
you're
the cart
talking too
also.
much.
Yeah, we're going. Come on, Susam. Come on, Carlton.
Are y'all just scramble out like?
It's just like scrambling out, just like falling over yourselves.
Yeah. Panic. This is a new wagon, you guys. Let's go.
So, is everybody getting on the wagon, or is
I'm
Cartoon?
walking. No, I'm walking.
Really?
No, she's so big.
She
No, can.
she will
can
fit.
stride faster than the horse, I think.
No, your move speed is still 30.
But
Wait,
I
why
think
don't we,
I will
um,
slow down the- I'll
include it?
slow down the cart though if I get on it.
No, you're even with all of you on it, you are not gonna hit 2,000 pounds.
Okay, all right. I'll get on the cart then.
So there's an awkward thing where like
You could
Adalu runs
get
alongside.
yeah,
and
and it's just everyone's just like get on, just get on.
Get in. It's
Come on, just get
it's one
in.
day travel. Get in.
Fine. I mean, like, no, come on, get in. You can sit next to me.
I hate wheels. No, get in. It's just a way. Just
I
a
walk
way.
faster than this horse.
No, there's
No,
no
you
way.
don't. Look at
Oki has
you.
4 legs. Look at it.
Okay.
All right.
She walks out.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you immediately start you immediately pull out of town as in the distance you see Davidan looking for one of the guards and having a rather tense conversation with him as you all pull away. You're on the open road. One person make a perception check.
I can do it.
Sure.
Yeah, I've not been really good with rolls today, guys.
My perception is always so bad.
Guidance.
The roads are incredibly well traveled. You pass
Oh, yes.
some traders who are maybe burning some rubber, so to speak, to use a modern term, to get to Ganwin.
Oh, it's getting dark. Okay.
Yeah. So
I turn on the lantern.
Yep.
Prestidigitation. Yeah.
you travel and you have to stop for the night, obviously, unless you want to keep pushing. If you
Okay.
keep pushing, you will reach there by early morning, but you will all take a level of exhaustion.
Okay, no, let's rest.
Yeah, we should rest.
However, if you rest early, you will be able to start early and you will get into Flagtad by late morning.
Oh, that's okay. All right.
Yeah, let's rest then, right?
Just an average, yeah, like a good day's travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, So using the trade road, you move into Flagtad. Your journey is relatively uneventful.
Good.
Blessed.
Is still raining. Okay.
Still raining?
Yes.
Sorry, so it's a short rest, is it?
Yes, if you want to take a short rest, you may take a short rest. If you don't need to take a short rest, you know.
I need a short rest. I'm gonna take a short rest.
Can I ask if it's raining because of the undead and because of this curse?
No, it looks like it's completely natural.
natural?
Yeah.
Hey, why didn't my hit dice roll? Oh,
Are we
I
doing a
keep
short
doing that
rest,
fucked
guys?
up thing.
We're doing a short rest? Hold on.
Yeah.
Do I need a short rest? I don't think I need one.
Oh my god, lousy.
Hey,
Oh.
yeah, Tarrant, can you change my name, please? It's very sad to see her name.
Why is it doing that? It shouldn't be
don't
doing
know.
that because
Makes me feel very sad.
I think I might have to actually delete your token off. Then I'll delete Maru's and yeah. Try again.
I mean, do I have to? Should I try again?
Yeah, no, because yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to remove your permissions for Mulu, so that you don't have, so that you're not using her sheet anymore. So you'll be exclusively on Analu's sheet now.
Oof.
Configure permissions. Yeah, because you are the owner of Analu's sheet. So try again.
I'll do a short rest, yeah?
Yeah. So you don't need to take a short rest, because if there's nothing that recovers on a short rest, you don't need to take it. But you know.
Okay, I do my all my. Alamak, where did it
Oh,
go?
we didn't take a short rest. Eh?
We didn't take a long rest.
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
I can.
Sorry, my
okay.
thing, my tab kind of disappeared. The tab with the.
Okay. Could you select Analu? Wait. Let me send Analu to
Oh, no.
hell, and then
Analu's gone.
I'll
Oh,
bring
sorry,
Analu
sorry.
back.
She's also lopsided.
Yeah, I know.
just taking a nap.
Taking a nap. I can't. I think I might have messed it up, Tarrant. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Select Analu and then try and short rest under utility.
Yes. Okay. That thing was a.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. So you hit Flagtad at about 9-ish, almost 10-ish in the morning. And it's
Oh.
yeah.
Where are we?
Oh my god, bread bank? Bread Analu.
So
very
based on the map that Ulot had drawn you, you kind of like get a rough sense of where things are, of the map. So this is kind of like the overworld map that we're going to be working in. You already know a rough location, the Running
Yes.
Fish Saloon.
Mhm.
There are other things that as you explore, you will be able to I will reveal more and more locations that you might be able to.
What was the name of the guy who could be turned into a death orc?
So
Gizam.
there is apparently a Gizarm within the Royalist faction.
Which is
You
on the
want to
on the east side, right? Which
Yeah.
is where we're going.
So
Do we know where he is?
you don't.
Okay.
But he's
Still
one
waiting
of
for-
He said that he believes that there is a Gizarm on the Royalists, on Baroness Shaishti's payroll, on one of her staff, but he's like, that information is a bit old because he doesn't really quite keep up with that because he's got a town to run rather than his trading days are behind him. Daviden's trading days are behind him, so it's a little unfortunate. But yeah, so you have the Running Fish Saloon. You have up here as well. I forgot to put it in, but I will do that now. The Church of the Mountain is up here.
As we're heading into what I assume is Ghost Point right now,
Mm.
towards Running Fish Saloon, are there a lot of guards? Like, what kind of looks are we getting, or is it very commonplace to see
So
wagons
as
and
you
carts?
guys are moving in, oh god, I'm in the wrong scene. As you guys move in, this looks like it's an interesting look. From as you move into town, hold on, I need to also tuck it bear in. I need to reveal to you as well, and I think that's the only little tidbits that you guys managed to find. So as you move in, it looks like it's mostly a trading town. Like this outer outskirts are traders.
Hmm.
As you approach, it's all mostly traders.
A lot of wares being sold on the streets.
Well,
Lots of
I mean,
shops.
a lot of it are they're kind of like semi-permanent, transient, but also there are a couple of permanent things.
Mhm.
It's raining now. It's light moderate rain right now,
Mhm.
as you can see on the map.
Yeah.
But there are some traders which are out and about, but they seem to be just having trade goods. Mostly trade goods. As you go further in, as you enter further in, oh my, hold on. Did Chrome just throw a wobbly at me? Yes, Chrome just threw a wobbly at me. Yeah, hold on. I need to reload my page because Chrome just did the thing again. Chrome just said
We're in a
no.
new town. We're
This
in a new
town is huge, though.
huge.
Yeah,
This is
Flagtad.
metropolis.
Yeah,
Like,
Flagtab is a capital
It's
city,
big.
and it is
Big.
very much home to thousands and thousands of people. Like before this, I would tell you that the town itself is kind of like home to a couple of thousand people. This time it's like, thousands of people live in the city itself, not just like the town is a couple of hundred people plus extras. This is like, yeah. So
I sense this, and this makes me feel heavy, and I go behind Lilith.
So you pass by the Guild of Goliath Interests as well.
What? The Guild of Goliath Interests?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Shit. As we pass by, what is it? What's the vibe?
Well, the doors fit Analu for one, with a little bit of room to spare anyway. But
As we
apart from
pass
that, it looks to be quite quiet for now. It's only 10. It is 10 a.m.
Before we pass it, Anilu turns around to the rest and asks, how did Mulu die?
Oh,
How could you not save her? What was it?
I stopped the horse in the middle of the street. It's raining. Maybe we can tell you everything with a drink by a fire.
No. Tell me now. We are here.
It's the Guild of Goliath Interests, I suppose. Your mother suffered a curse.
What curse?
It was called Mummy's Rot.
Mummy's rot? And then she walks into the Guild of Goliath Interests.
What?
Whoa.
Shit.
So, what does it look like inside?
It's very large, very tall. A lot of the furniture is stone with wood reinforcement and wood banding. There appears to be a very large counter in the middle, draped in furs, there appears to be a Goliath woman manning it.
Goliath woman.
Hail!
Can I speak to her in giant?
Of course.
I speak to her in giant.
Yes, of course. So
Mummy's rot in giant.
sorry,
That's all I
what?
say.
She's like, sorry, what? I don't
Mummy-
understand what you're talking about.
Mummy's rot. She says all this in giant, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Mummy's
She's like,
rot.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Mummy's rot. I need to know about mummy's rot now.
What is that? I don't know what that is. Are you looking for economic interests? Are you looking for family genealogy? Are you?
I need information about this curse. And then I bang.
Oh,
it.
it's a curse. So
Mummy's rot.
short-tempered. What are you, hill giant?
Cloud. And then I bang again.
You're an angry cloud giant.
Yes.
Okay.
I come
I'm
in,
sorry.
running in the rain.
And they're
I'm
yelling at each other in giant. You don't understand
What does
jot
giant
of.
sound like, Tarrant?
What do you think giant sounds like?
Grunty.
Yeah, it's very guttural.
Guttural.
Lots of very strong, you know. So it's very loud. It's very guttural. But it's not orcish.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Okay.
got its own it's more refined than that.
It's not dull.
No, it's not dull. It's not, crudish and grunty, but it's got more of a deeper, you're rolling a lot of your consonants more and things like that. Anyway, he goes, so you want a mage? You want a library? What do you want?
Information.
You
Mummy's
won't
rot.
find it in Ghost Point. You are new, yes? Can I register you under the guild?
I Anilu gets annoyed and just like shakes it off. Guisarm. Do you know Guisarm? Guisarm? What's his name?
Isarm.
Guisarm.
It's a botch. Like, he hears it and just like, no. Guisarm?
That's a lie, she says in giant.
Which Guisarm, as in family Guisarm?
Yes, family. Ding.
Lots of Guisarms here.
Head Guisarms. Guisarms.
Head Guisarms. Oh.
Where? Where?
Wait, I'm looking at my notes.
Sorry. I thought he was being expected.
Where is he?
Where?
And it's all giant, so I'm just like, what's going on?
What's going on?
And I hear Gisarm, I'm like, good, what? No, what?
So, the receptionist gives you a name of Dandan Gizarm. Dandan Gizarm, who is apparently the accountant-in-chief of Baroness Shaishti's household. Well, of technically of the whole of Flagtad, but obviously with the whole two faction things, it's a little bit more complicated than that.
They give an address, this receptionist?
She just says that it's in the fortress, Darkmile Fortress. But
Darkmile Fortress.
all the way south within the inner city, but she says that not everyone can go into the inner city.
Why?
It's been locked. It's been locked for the past couple of weeks.
I turn to the rest and I say, we go.
It's just me here. Hi, Ellen.
It's just like, hi. It's just like turns around and it's like two like one Goliath, a half giant, and they're all like towering over this poor druid cleric.
What
thing.
you guys discuss?
We
What'd you
go.
do?
We have we need to go to, what's the name of the place?
Darkmile Fortress.
Darkmile Fortress. We need to go to Darkmile Fortress now. Guillaume is there.
Can we just walk in?
No.
All right, now how do we get in?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, I turn to the guy and like, thank you. What is this place?
What was the name of the guy? Sorry, Tarrant?
I'll
Then-
write it. I'll write it.
Ah, yes. Please. I did Dartmoor like Star
No,
Wars.
it's Dark Mile.
Oh, sorry.
I sent a message back to Lilith, and I'm like, Enlu's coming out. We have to head to the Dark Mile Fortress, I believe.
Great.
And I turned to the guy. What is this place?
Aha. This is the Guild of Goliath Interests, where we work with the traders and also with the inner city to forward the economic and social interests of the Goliath tribes that come to visit Blacktat. I was giving information to your very understandably
Tempestuous?
angry, yes, compatriot here.
Mhm.
But is there anything I can do for you? Although I cannot extend many services to someone of your heritage.
No, my very angry friend, tempestuous friend, is looking for her mother, I think, and perhaps is that something you would know of, genealogy and where people came from?
Genealogy-wise, we can assist. However, that request must come from the petitioner.
I mean, of course, I hate to pry.
She goes.
Thank you.
And Lulu goes to the counter. She's always going to counters tonight. And she asks the receptionist for, give me form.
Oh,
I want to know more about my family.
By all means, she gives you a form that is in Giant, actually, not in Common.
That's fine. She's all right.
Yeah, she can. Yeah, you're literate in Giant, so it's fine.
Yeah,
You
so
can
she
fill that
fills out
out.
this form with information of her father,
Mm-hmm.
Tovig,
Mm-hmm.
Tiala, and gives the address of the tavern we were going to. What was it?
running fish?
Running Fish, yes.
Yeah.
Or I will come back, she says to her.
We will do what we can. If you wish to expedite the process, we can also arrange that, but there will be costs. Is there anything else I can do for you, Analu?
She puts all the money she has, which is 5 gold pieces. That's all she has. And she gives it to this receptionist.
The receptionist takes it in hand, and I will do what I can.
Now, Animu's proper broke.
Yeah, Analu's proper broke now.
And then
Yeah.
she leaves.
And then
Was that all in common or giant?
no, that was all in
Oh,
Giant.
giant.
Okay, seems
Like
good.
the receptionist
Seems good.
is basically code switching between you and Analu.
Yeah, I saw the gold pieces drop. I'm like, okay, I think everything's all good. all good.
Analu sees that Susam is a bit confused with what's happening, and she says, looking for family, and then walks away.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. All right. Thank you. And I walk out as well. Follow Analu out. Get on the cart.
Wagon.
Wagon.
Still don't know the difference, but okay.
Yeah. So yeah, your other compatriots are mildly soggy.
Oh, it's very-
Prestidigitation, them dry.
Why weren't we just sitting in the fucking wagon? Why
Yes,
were we-
you
yeah,
were.
I saw you were in the wagon, not actually under the rain.
No. You guys are in the wagon. It's just that there's also a lot of rain. There's a fair amount of rain, moderate rain. So you're
I
like
come back in the rain.
somewhat damp. You know.
Tell
Now we go to
everyone-
the saloon.
Dark Mile Fortress. I tell Oakley. Dark Mile Fortress, Oakley.
Oakley
think
does
we
not.
need
Oakley turns to Susam. It's just like what?
I think we need to find a home base. We need to find a place to put all our stuff down, and then we can head to the fortress.
To the saloon.
Let's head to the saloon.
That's it.
Yeah,
To
we
the
need to
saloon,
find-
Oakley.
which is down the road. Cluck, cluck, cluck,
Yep.
cluck, cluck.
Click, 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 click.
Okay, so you come up to the Running Fish Saloon, and it's literally a reverse mermaid on the it's a reverse mermaid on the little signboard.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, when you say a reverse mermaid, you mean it has the head of a fish and legs of a human?
Yep.
Kind. Oh, I was thinking like the Starbucks logo.
The what?
The Starbucks logo.
Hey, it's Starbucks.
Hey, Starbucks.
No.
Coffee?
We're-
Coffee?
no, it's a reverse mermaid.
Anelu one double macchiato down.
No, that's terrible. Oh my god. Anyway, so it is an inn from the looks of it. Look like there are rooms on the top floor.
Is there a place to put the wagon very nicely?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, knowing from the
Hotel doesn't-
parking
the
tickets,
motel doesn't have that.
Yeah, it'd be nice to not get another fine.
like go around back or something. Is there any? Or if there's
New
not, then
movements.
I'll stop there and then like walk out, like walk
Yep.
in and ask maybe.
Yep. So you come into the hold on now. Sorry, I just got a message. Just give me a moment.
Guys,
Yeah, what's that?
sorry, not you, Analu. Don't. Just sorry, but the rest of you guys, I really miss Mulu. Really sucks to be in an inn again.
You what?
It really sucks to be in another inn again.
Oh, sorry. Hello?
Hi.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you were saying, Claudia?
Yeah. Mulu loved inns. She loved going to them, drinking in them.
Yeah. Hitting on
Always
bartenders.
Hitting on
Mulu would come
bartenders.
right in and head straight to the bar.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you enter the inn, the saloon, and it is not very busy. It is only 10 a.m. So all you see are a couple of what appear to be wait staff and a wing touched who is tending to the bar, or at least puttering around the place, looking like he's in charge.
No.
I push Carlton forward.
Okay. So Carlton walks in and then like
It's just like, you go, it's your turn. In you go.
Carlton walks in and just like excuse me, good sir.
Hello, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a room?
Yes, we're looking for rooms.
Bit early for a room.
Yeah, we just reached here and we're looking for a shelter.
A place to put your stuff.
Yes,
Yes.
and we have and we have a wagon outside along with our horse. So
Oh, see,
there's a place
I don't have that, but I have an arrangement with the Quiet Modron Menagerie.
and where would that menagerie be?
Oh, just down the road. Then just down the road, when you hit one of the junctions, you take a quick left. You tell them that Wake Off Eon sent you.
Sorry?
You tell them that Wake Off Eon sent you.
Wake Off Eon. Okay, got it. My name is Carlton and those are my compatriots. And then Carlton just turned around and shouted, "We need to send Oakley and the wagon down the road."
All right. Don't want to get another ticket, I say as I walk out. You guys stay here. I'll come back. I'll just put the cart there and return. It's just down the road, right? Do
Yeah.
I see it like from the road, like where horses and carts are turning in?
Wakeoff gives you kind of like an instruction, and it's like you can't miss it. It's got like this bright red thing, says Quiet Modron on it.
All right.
It's fine. Just go. You can't miss it. Bright red building.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay, so what are we doing?
Yeah. So do we like, how do you split the rooms? Is it like one for each person, or
Or are we going to Quiet Modron first? Oh yeah, we go.
No, so Susam has gone to deal with
right.
to stable thing, but you guys are looking at the running fish, so it's now like this, and I'm going to take that, and I'm just gonna put that there.
game plan?
Yeah, we all like double up, I guess.
Yeah,
Or-
so Wakeoff tells you that he has a kind of like a dorm style thing, but it is a lot more beds than usual. So it's more than it's like a 10-bed dorm.
so we can all stay there.
Technically, if you wanted to, you could rent the whole dorm if you wanted to stay in
Yes.
one room.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes.
Might as well.
That'd be fun. It'll be like,
Yeah, slumber party. Not that we've not spent all our time together.
like back of my time in the military.
Okay, so because this is kind of like the trade town portion of it, it is considered modest living.
Okay.
Modest living, which, if my calculations are correct, your daily expenses will be so we're gonna abstract all of this in a sense, right? Your modest living is this modest living within the Running Fish Saloon will cost you 1 gold piece per person per day, and this will include at least a large breakfast and clean living conditions in that dorm room.
Anilu
You don't go
turns to
hungry, you don't
everyone-
thirsty, so on and so
Anilu
forth.
turns to everyone and says, I have no gold pieces.
Okay, you sleep in carts then.
I
Whoa.
will work my keep.
Huh?
I will work my keep. I will earn my place with my might.
You can bunk in with me. Just chill out.
We're getting a whole. Wait, but do we want to book the whole dorm?
Yeah, let's just
So if you book the whole dorm, that is, as I said, modest living, 1 gold piece a day, because that includes your food and all of that.
Ah, so that's the whole dorm.
Yes,
Per person.
That's
Nice.
1 gold piece each or 1 gold piece for all of us?
per person.
Oof.
Yeah, let's do that. I got this covered, guys. I'm rich as hell.
Thank you, Lilith.
Well, actually, I don't know if I'm rich as hell, but
Are you?
I have 798 gold pieces.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good.
not-
That's pretty good living.
Fine.
Why do you have so much?
He
Looting,
loots.
you guys. Loot.
It works.
Oh, y'all scoff, but now mommy coming in to pay. Y'all like it, don't you?
Thanks, mommy.
So I picked up enough for 2 full days so that we have today and tomorrow. So I give 10 gold pieces
Yep.
over to
Yep. Just
what's their name? Wakeoff.
Wakeoff. Yeah.
Wakeoff, sorry. Yeah, 10 gold pieces.
All right. So he gladly takes your money, and he's like, "All right, 2 days. If you need an extension, just let me know, and I'll keep the tab going."
Thank you. We appreciate that, Wakeoff. You the best.
As we walk up to our rooms, I turn to Moonwater because she brought up Moonlu. You knew Moonlu? You knew the bar?
Yeah. Wait a minute. I told you when we first met that we did. What are you talking about?
You liked her.
We loved her.
And then she like walked up.
Insight check.
Why is you guys inciting?
I
just
don't
wanna
know.
know what's going on with this quiet person. I'm not used to it. Mulu used to say so much.
Anyways, Yusam, you come up to a. You can tell. Yeah, sorry. You've been read like a book.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I've been read like a book. No, she's just like.
You've been read. Look,
I
I'm gonna
never-
show you how much you've been read like a book.
Oh, bitch.
Oh shit.
Her precise thought process is, I want to know, but then I'm very upset that I never knew her and that she didn't care about me. But she found a family with you guys, so it's very, yeah. She's very torn with like how much she wants to know, how much she doesn't want to know, and like, wow, these people really knew her, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what she's
I
saying.
really read you like a book.
Anyway,
After
Susam,
reading her like a book, I'm a bit sad. I'm like, oh crap.
Susam, you come up, you indeed find the Quiet Modron Menagerie. It is a red barn. It's flaming red. Like, how the hell do you keep this thing, red in all of this rain and sun and
Very quiet, I say, as I walk in.
it is not. There
not
is
quiet.
animals, there are beasts of burden, there are what might be some predators, you don't know. You're
I take it all in.
You take it
Darren. I
all
want to
in.
see all the exotic and all the cute creatures and I speak to animals, so I say hello to all of them in all of their languages. Hello.
At this, as you are doing this, I mean, a lot of it is again beasts of burden. A lot of beasts of burden.
Camels?
Yes,
there a camel?
there are
Camels?
camels.
That's so
No
cool.
way.
There are camels. There are a
That's so
couple
cool.
of mastiffs in a that's what appears to be a mastiff and a couple of dog packs.
Buddy.
Ooh,
Um,
Cool, man.
what else is there? Let me see this. Yeah, again, lots of standard beasts. Whatchamacallit? Domesticated beasts. That's what I'm looking for.
Where's I asked them, I turned to the closest camel and asked, where's Modron?
The camel goes, what? What can eat?
Man who feed. Where is man who
Food man.
food man?
Food man there. As you are having this conversation, it's just like, are you okay? You've been making some weird noises.
Oh, hello Modron.
I'm sorry.
Are you Modron? Sorry.
That is not my name actually.
Oh,
Call me Sickink.
hi Sicking.
And what can I do for you today?
My name is Yusam, and I was just admiring all of the creatures that are in your care. And
Yes.
I have a horse, Oakley, and a wagon that we would like to perhaps park here. Wake off centers from the running fish.
Ah, wake off.
Yeah.
Always reliable wake off. For you, because a wagon is quite large, and normally I would charge double, but because Wake Off sent you, and well, he sends quite a lot of people, it's a bit thin nowadays. Only 5 silver pieces a day for both of them.
Brilliant.
How many days would you be leaving? Sorry, what do you call your horse again?
Oakley.
Oakley. Yes.
I think maybe let's start with 2 days, maybe.
Of course.
I pay 10 silver pieces.
Which is 1 GP.
Oh yes. And Do you have are these all of the creatures? I'm a big fan of the animals. Do you have any you would like to show me that you're proud of?
Persuasion check.
Oh, cool.
Hello. We're off to see the aminals, aminals.
Menagerie is my favorite. I think it's Susam's favorite word. No way.
Susan was like, yeah, I want to come here
Like,
alone.
this is my jam. Give that shit to me right now.
Oh, come on.
Or maybe in the meantime, while this is happening, I go up to Analu and I whip out that joint.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, well,
Yes,
while
love it.
Susam's away, you want to do a little smoky smoke?
Honestly, the whole gang deserves like a smoking session after what they've been through.
Wow, you guys.
Susam is not. Susam is doing work while we're like smoking up.
Well, I don't know.
Well, he's always smoking up. So I think we deserve this. I light it up.
So we're
That's
like
too
in
real,
the dorm
it's
room.
too
Are
real.
we in the dorm room with these bunk beds and we're just like smoking
Yes.
up? That's awesome.
Like college.
You open a
nice,
window.
Oh my god.
Analu just like grunts.
Prestidigitation the door so like the pengawas don't smell it.
Yeah, Moonwater, prestidigitation the door. Make sure it doesn't see. I also cast gust, to make sure it goes out the window. Settle.
Anyway, oh my.
Yes, guys.
Anyway.
And then like Analu suddenly is like, lives. We need to save lives.
But first, we need to save light.
Anyway, Seeking looks at you, goes, "You sure you're not one of those who are looking for a new toy to throw in the arena?"
Mm.
You don't
I-
look the type.
Yeah,
But I have been wrong about people before.
I am very curious though of all these creatures.
I mean, I've already seen you talk to animals. And you have a close connection. But again, sometimes there are people who.
Sorry, we're all not there, so I can't.
Yeah, you can't.
say anything.
Yeah, you can't, unfortunately. You're token up.
We're high as shit, I guess.
Okay,
It's dank.
We are danking it up.
Anyway, so yes, like, but
okay.
Miss, some people who are quite intent on using their unique qualities for their own profit. You're not one of those, are you?
No, but I have been to many of those matches myself, and I consider myself, yes, a viewer, a curious person of the sport.
I see. Well then, you know what happens to those who are too curious, yes?
Of course, from a safe distance always.
Of course. Well, you do strike me as overly curious, so perhaps I could show you something.
Please do.
Sikink takes you into the deeper part of the. It's like this barn's actually quite large. Like this front of the barn has like a lot of animals, but then there's like
Whole back area,
there's a whole
isn't
back
there?
area that like.
Always a back area.
So one of the bristling trades that it's more of an expense, you hardly break even, is livestock.
Yes.
It's Flagtad does rely on a fair amount of its own agriculture, and stench cows and deep roads sometimes. All it's you see these animals all very, but as I said, you you are a part of that arena, even though you are but a accessory to this.
Mhm.
But sometimes you look at this and you go, isn't there more? Isn't there something better, faster, stronger? So I reached out
I feverishly nod.
to someone in the east, and they
Huh.
brought back, at great expense in lives and in money, this. They throw open the door, and what you see before you is a Deinonychus.
What the hell?
This?
Or what? Or dinner like this?
Oh, this is far, far east, my friend.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful creature, isn't it?
Mm.
Sterilized, unfortunately, as is the policy with these things. Can't have them getting out and disturbing Zangduin's ecosystem. So gelded, but still filled with rage and fire and.
Is it in a cage or is
It's
it?
in a cage. We're talking 2-inch iron bars.
Yeah, yeah. And is it
Floor
tall?
to
Is it
ceiling.
tall?
Hmm?
Is it like?
It's floor to ceiling. Yeah, yeah.
Does
that's-
it look
that's
like
nice.
a? Does it have wings, or does it look like a
Dinosaur.
velociraptor?
It's
Yeah.
a
Wait, what?
large
Velociraptor.
Can you think of you remember the Utahraptor from Jurassic Park, right?
Utahraptor.
So what they call velociraptors in Jurassic Park were actually Utahraptors.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so velociraptors are actually the smaller kind of like knee-high ones. Still razor sharp everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing's like 3.5 meters long. It's like almost 1.5 meters in height. So it's big. And it's
Ooh.
got these claws that are almost 12 centimeters long.
Wow.
And it regards the both of you, Sikink and Susam, with this predatory hunger that isn't actually survival based anymore. This is like
Violent, like
pure
vicious.
malice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
I turn to
Can you talk to it, Susan?
yeah. I turn to my friend and may I approach?
Well, I'm not cleaning your guts off. I'm letting Daya clean that. I'm letting Daya eat you if that happens.
Daya.
Yes.
I turn to Daya and I speak to Daya. Daya is your name?
Oh, you can speak dialysis?
I don't know. I try to speak its language. I attempt with my feature.
What does your feature do again?
Speak with animals. Yeah.
Speech
it
of
an
the
animal?
woods. You the beasts can understand your speech and you decipher their noises and motions. They lack the intelligence to convey or understand sophisticated concepts.
Daya, name?
It nods.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I get shocked. I have not seen one of you. I just say.
You get there is a it rattles at you. You want to say it's again a really alien sound to you, but you can just kind of like almost can kind of grasp it.
Are you? Yeah, I turn to what's the person who's guiding me now? What's their name again?
Sikink.
Seeking. I turn
Yeah.
to Seeking and Does Daya have a regiment? Food regiment? Are you keeping them on a tight food regiment?
It's a raw diet.
Yeah.
Keeps its instincts quite sharp.
Food man good? I ask it.
Daya kind of communicates. You get food, but sometimes confined, sometimes circle, sometimes fight, sometimes kill.
You've seen a lot, Daya. It's a cruel world out there. Godspeed. I tried to say this. Yeah.
Daya doesn't quite understand that, but it gets your emotion. It gets that comforting emotion.
Can I feed it a good berry?
It's your funeral. And that's Daya's dinner. Save me the money. You see Sikking just kind of like lean back against the wall.
Oh no, Susam. Susam.
I'm not going to freaking hand feed it, you
Okay.
guys. Jit says to my friends. I cast good berry, I take a few from my hand and I just roll it across the floor.
Okay, good.
I try and like for you, for you, Daya.
You hand-fed a spider, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned my
That's
lesson. Okay,
why.
this is not a spider. This is a
I need to
dinosaur.
check.
Yeah. I go as close as I can and like don't make eye contact, and I just say it as I roll it, and then I back off, not making eye contact.
So Daya kind of like lurches forward, but as you say, it's for you. It kind of slows down and just stoops and gobbles it up.
Yeah.
You get the sense of appreciation, I guess.
I turn to Seeking and like, thank you for showing Daya to me. She is majestic.
She definitely is.
I give the rest of the good berries. This should last any creature a whole day's meal.
Oh, you saved me a couple of copper. Thank you very much.
Oh, just a copper. Fuck. I put more.
a couple of copper.
I take 10 gold pieces. Thank you.
Wow.
The druids are rich, you guys.
Oh, we have no sense of value.
Yeah, you've got this twisted sense of value. So Seeking kind of goes, so does this go towards your stabling or is this just a personal tip?
It's a tip for showing me Daya. If you find any more, or if you have any more creatures that are of any interest, let me know. But this is just for showing me Daya. Thank you.
If I know where you're staying, so if there's anything, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Seeking kind of like shows you out.
I give one last dramatic look to Daya. All the best. To myself under my breath as I walk out.
Yep.
Imagine that joining our party at the pool.
Yeah. Oh my
Honestly,
God.
that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, me too. I'm just like, let's release him and get him to kill the undead forest.
I think you guys smoking out, man.
So, are you gonna
I
head
make my
back
way
to the
back.
running flesh? Yeah.
Yeah, I walk into the dorm room. Oh, whoa, whoa. I quickly close the door, cast prestidigitation, make it smell like MBPO.
Everybody is 8 out of 10 right now.
What? I'm only
Analu's
8.
just giggling. Analu's just like.
Analu's like a 6 out of 10, but like it's a very strong 6 out of 10. Everyone else is 8 out of 10.
I immediately drop all my gear and I pop King out. I'm like, King, it's a session. And I take out my stuff.
Oh God, why? My
You love it.
my
You love
no.
I start rolling one myself.
Not again.
I judge the ratio. So I pinch the good stuff and mix it in with the old stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm probably like dancing by myself. I think I'm just in the middle of
quietly vibing in a corner of the door.
Yeah, like just like that, you know.
I'm very
Cartoon
curious
just
to hear what
completely
cartoon
zoned
said.
out. I think he's probably just like looking at the lid dancing and just like,
I tell anyone who wants to hear, I tell King first, but then anyone who wants to hear about the dinosaur, I just tell them like, I saw a dinosaur, y'all.
Laugh. I'm like, you're guys, shit, bro.
Shut up.
No, for serious though, for serious. For serious. I'm not stoned right now. I literally when I put Oakley in, I saw a dinosaur. I've never thought I'd see one.
Way.
From the Far East. From the Far East. His name is Seeking. The dinosaur's name is Daya. She's
We
gorgeous.
need to get Daya on our team.
Daya's on her own team. She's fighting for her survival right now.
And her survival is our survival.
Truth. Yes.
that's free Daya.
Free Daya. Free Daya.
All right, we'll put a pin in it. We'll put a pin in it. After we save the world from the corruption, we will see if we can free the dinosaur.
Guys, we have to go to Dandan Disarm.
No!
Mile Fortress.
I
We've
just
got to go
collapsed on the
now.
bed.
We've
No.
got so much fun. I'm pretty stoned, but we still need to save the world, guys.
No.
To save world. Still,
Guys, I'm
to save
tired.
World.
I'm so tired.
We
I'm
go.
so tired of
go
going
now.
and going.
We at least need to warn the mayor of this city.
The
If we're not going to
Baroness.
go, the
The
Baroness.
Baroness is.
No, but that sounds like too much work. Let's just go kill the guy.
Excuse me?
We go kill guy.
There's no such thing. This is a big city.
We have name. We have place. We go kill.
But do you know what a fortress means?
We
I
are
don't know.
strong. And then she like thanks. See? Strong.
Wait, did you just bang the floor?
Yeah, a little bit.
Make a strength check.
Oh. Oh no, I hope I'm not too strong.
You have a +5 on your strength checks.
Checks, right? I
Yeah.
think Check.
Oh my gosh.
Shit.
You punch a hole
Okay.
right through the
I see
floorboard.
hole. I see the hole and it casts mend. Okay. I cast
Yes.
mend on the
Finally,
bottom.
yes, you can use
Oh.
this country.
Yes.
Finally, it makes sense.
Finally, it makes sense.
Finally, right?
Yeah.
times.
So many times you try mending.
It's just like you punch it right through the floor. You lift your foot out, and then the druid immediately comes over.
And then I was just like laughing. She was
And after I fix the floor, I just lie down on it.
There's yeah, and then like you guys laugh, and then there's a knock on the door.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
Station?
Shit.
Prestidigitation.
Um,
You're like college
I-
kids,
I-
like,
Yeah, I'm on it.
hide the
I
stuff. hide the
jumped into
stuff.
bed and I pull on the covers.
It's just
Great
like
job, Lilith. That's really helpful.
Sorry, how did you
I
hide
fixed
there's
your
like a
floor.
knock. It's just like is everything okay?
I opened the door. Yes, sorry. We
Yeah,
were-
you see Wyckoff there, and it's just like, is everything okay? I heard a crunch. I thought somebody might have fallen.
Yeah, as I opened the door, I pressed the digitation, like poof, like freaking like perfume, just like rose garden. Yes, our friend, she got a bit angry. We've calmed her down.
Oh, okay,
Sorry,
all right.
My mother just died. She died.
Oh, I am
I just
so sorry to hear
angry.
that. No, sorry.
But we mended the floor, and please, we will Tell us how much the final charge is at the end of our stay, and we'll pay you for the floor. But it's mended. It's mended.
Okay, as long as there's no damage, it's fine. Just it's just yeah, just keep that in mind that this is also there are other guests, and you are actually directly above the dining hall.
Yeah, we
Oh,
know
fuck.
that.
So
We are so sorry about that.
Throughout this, Anlu's just like giggling, trying not to
just
laugh.
like also that smells quite interesting. That
Yeah, Rose.
Roses, roses.
oh okay you trading? You bringing that sample? You bringing samples of that in, or
Oh,
We're low on
Oils,
supply right now.
perfume.
okay.
But yes.
That's an interesting smell.
I sit up and I say, it helps me sleep. And I go back under the covers.
Okay. All right, you guys have a good day. You must have had a long
Have a good
early
one.
morning. Yes, all right. If there's
Thank you.
anything,
So
just
sorry
come
about that.
downstairs. All right.
So sorry about that.
Just he kind of backs away and then leaves.
I slowly close the door, just like nodding apologetic.
Once the door is closed, I burst out laughing.
We're all night laughing.
Guys, I was too not in the right state of mind to
Wait.
handle that.
Wait, we have to go save the world now.
Can we sober up?
No.
We eat. Oh, baked goods. Baked goods.
You still have the loaves.
Oh,
Oh,
loaf.
we take
And
out
the
the loaf and the
compote.
compote.
Oh, and the compote.
Yeah, we do a picnic.
Oh,
we do a whole
snack
picnic
time.
out there.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
best
Pass
meal.
the bread,
And it's like
yeah,
really
the
good.
munchies, yeah.
Really good bread, even though
I've
it's
never had bread like this before.
It's I mean it's been like a day and something, so you know it's the edges are getting a little bit on the crustier side, but it's actually really good. You know, again, because it's high proportion of whole wheat, it's got a lot more kind of wheat taste, got a bit more of that funk to it. But yeah, it's good. It's good, and the compote is almost diabetically sweet. It's the good shit. The good fruity shit. But yeah,
Yeah,
Sorry, you're saying, Belinda?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think Lilith is still in bed, not eating, right? But like, Lilith sort of like from the corner.
How
sort of
do you
looking at the
resist
screen.
the munchies though?
I think because Lilith is just really enjoying. I feel like this is the first time in a long time that they felt like a person rather than constantly being on edge, sort of like trying to commit all this to memory, you know? Yeah. So I'm sort of still lying in bed and just like relishing this moment, you know? And then I think I actually do say, I look at Anlu and I'm like, Anlu, we all want to avenge your mother. Your mother was so dear to all of us. And maybe I'm also saying this because I'm a bit high. I don't know.
Still hovering at like that 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10.
But I know we have to go and fight, but I would really appreciate if we could just spend maybe an hour not talking about death. Could we please?
Like those 5 loaves, and they're like not like you're like if we're gonna use metric terms, these are like 700-gram loaves.
Oh fuck.
You know, they're not small.
They're big loaves. 700 grams each, Tarrant.
Yeah, each.
Those are
Okay.
fucking big loaves, man.
Yeah, and I've made those, and they're not small. They're big boys. You guys have just smashed them.
Over stone. The munchies. It's fine.
All right.
We
By
can
the time you've sobered up, it would have been noon by now. Right? Well past noon, I would want to say. The rain is still continuing, but it is easing up a little bit. It might be done perhaps by you want to say late part of the afternoon, and the evening would be mostly clear. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, wait for Susam to come back from the toilet. Because Susam's missing.
Oh no. Sorry, I don't have the
he's
screen.
coming back,
Oh, he's
sorry.
back. He's back.
No,
Oh, wait, no,
coming
he's
back.
not.
No.
He walked
It
out.
was a fake
She's
out.
like,
It was like, I'm coming back. No.
no. Hi, but no.
Oh, right, no, he's really
Oh,
coming
he's back. He's back.
Okay,
Hello.
yeah. We've all sobered up, by the way, Susam.
Yes, everybody's on their feet.
Sober, but it was
Yeah.
fine.
While you were gone,
We had
in that
jam,
1 hour,
we had compote.
yeah, and I just asked Mulu if for that 1 hour we had a nice
Sorry,
1
Analu.
hour. Analu, not
You
talking
said
about death.
Mulu.
Oh my God. So we had a nice 1 hour where we were all really, really jolly and happy and recharged. A good session.
I think as the conversation is going on, I'm just like playing the king, just like pop him off, pocket your dimension. Yeah, I just hear it.
Mm.
Like,
All right.
Moonwater, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm just tired.
Mm.
I know. I pull Moonwater into a hug.
what would help Moonwater? What could we do to help?
Analu, do you have stories of the bard?
No, she left when I was very young. But I do remember she would sing me to sleep. And she would sing this song. I don't know if you know it. It's We Are Family.
Oh,
And she'd sing me to sleep with that. It's so silly. And we weren't family because she left, but she sang me that. Tell me your favorite story of Mulu. I
You
don't
used
know
to
her.
sing that song to us too.
That's sad. She couldn't think of a new song.
Oh. I think it's because we were family, all of us. Maybe.
She stayed with you.
Analu, it's not the same as your situation, but before finding all these people, I didn't really have a family either. I grew up alone. I don't remember anything from my childhood. I just remember being 10 and being completely alone. And I know I struggled. I don't think I've never really known what family was, but Mulu sang that song. And I think for the first time I started believing maybe family isn't something you're given, but something you find. And I know we've just met. I know it's under not the best situations or circumstances, but maybe this is Mulu's gift to all of us, right? Bringing us together. What I'm saying is your family now, even if it might take you a while to feel that way. And even if you don't feel that way, it's okay. But I feel like the rest of us do think of you as family.
It feels like what you're looking for now is revenge. Analu.
Anilo kind of grunts and then says, we go. Dark Mile Fortress, we go now. For the bard, right? We go now. Dark Mile Fortress.
Sometimes it's not so direct as that, Anulu. Sometimes your mother was great at finding all the secret roads and streets of a city. She knew all the ways to get around real quick. And sometimes it's not the straight road that gets you there. It's through the dark alleys and undergrounds, and so I understand, but there might be some paths.
She never came home. She didn't find her way home. So we go now. We save this city. Dark Mile Fortress, Danam Gasar. We go now. And she leaves.
You walking out?
Yeah, walking out.
Where are you going?
Just outside.
Okay.
Just walking out.
I give Moonwater a little squeeze on the shoulder, and then I leave and follow Analu.
Oh, rest for the wicked.
And you're not even done with, your own talk.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it.
Talk.
I'm like, God.
Yeah,
Put it
my
out.
stuff.
All right.
Get your shit together, put it out. Grab it and go.
Yeah, I grab my stuff and I turn to Moonwater and Carlton. I'm like, I'm still trying to find the right time to have a funeral for Mulu. Just never comes up.
Yeah.
And remember, you've still got the water skin.
Mm.
Just gonna bury the whole water skin.
Like more like really gross mixture of Haru and Mulu.
Just bury them both in there.
Like
Put
a
2
water
headstones.
Oh.
But yes, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will come to a natural pause as you guys contemplate your options going forwards. There are a lot of locations in Flagtad that you may be able to explore, but the thing is that you only know of 3 places right now. From what you can tell from the sketch in the map in story so far, the fortress is at the end of Dark Mile, but getting there obviously may be a bit of a problem.
Where is Dark Mile? I can't see it on the map.
So if you go to story so far,
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's the fortress.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So because this Flagtad map that you're seeing now is actually a representation of the whole town and what you can see of the whole town in that sense. Whereas in story so far, I don't have those landmarks for you, but I do you can see like the whole of the town in that respects. So the fortress is, right there at the end of Dark Mile. So if you're gonna go in guns blazing, you can.
What are we doing that for?
So
we're gonna figure that out next week.
yeah, so that's something that you guys will consider your options next week. You might be able to have a chat with the guards at the front gate. You might be able to see what you can drum up with.
What was the name of the leader of the royalists or the royals?
The Baroness.
Of the royals, the Baroness Shaishti, which I will put into chat now.
I will never say the word shiesty as someone with a list. Fuck that shit.
Shaishti, the Baroness.
And the
Shiesty.
leader of the other side, what's the other side called?
Yeah, there is no real name for it that you have known of, but
Shaishti. Governor
yeah, Governor. Sorry, that's a typo on my end, but yes, Governor Revthal.
Okay. All right. Cool.
He is a Goliath, and he's
Ooh,
running
Goliath,
that.
buddy.
Yeah, technically. But yeah, so he runs that faction, and they as Ulot had told you, there is tension because even though Darkmile has the greater part of the sea trade, the inner sea trade, Revthal has kind of more of the land trade, and so
Mm.
trade goes across the river, but everybody's got their own plans and policies. And it's
Is it hard to
all-
get into Dark Mile from?
Well, from what you've heard, for a couple of weeks, Darkmile and the fair and the back half of and the inner part of Westgate has all the gates have been closed to almost all visitors.
What?
That's what
Why?
that's what
Is that what?
that's what Davidin
Ulot?
told you.
Oh, Davidin.
Yeah.
All. Oh.
So
Okay.
you need to
that
find
mean?
out. You need to find out more.
Mhm.
But what Davidin told you was nobody's been really able to get into the inner city.
Mm.
But
Who's it guarded by?
what do you mean?
As in, who's enforcing this?
Flagtad's army.
Well,
You'd
as
have-
in, so it's
Baroness.
Shishti.
You can assume it's her call.
Well, at least on your side of the river, it is probably under her. Maybe on the other side of the river, there's another. They cleave more towards Revdal.
Right, but why are they? Okay, so we've got to figure this out next week. Like, why are they closing it up? Why are they?
Oh, it's tight security. I didn't know that.
But why? Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at the map
Well.
in story so far,
Yeah.
that black line with the dots, that's city wall. That's all wall. Like we're talking full on, like couple of dozen feet high stone and wall, stone and banded
what
walls.
is in that? What is in the middle there?
Which one?
The where TB?
Oh, that's like a massive town square.
Right.
From
okay.
what
That's
Ulot
huge.
has Ulot has told you, it's a freaking massive town square.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Like you don't
Oh,
even
this is-
know. Like Ulot's never really been to the the western side of town, but he says that it's like some kind of massive square thing. Like
Mm.
yeah, it's like a massive public space. But yes.
Thanks so much, everybody.
No, yes. Thank you all for the fantastic session. That was incredible. Oh,
I
so
thought it
much
had to be a
RP
whole
today.
week for next week. Like,
Yeah.
7 days is too long, guys. All right. See you guys next
All
week.
right. All right. Thank you all so much. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I will catch
everybody.
you all next week. All right. You guys have a
Alright.
good night.
You
and I'll
too.
see you guys
Good
soon.
week ahead.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
All right, bye, everyone.
Good night.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are still watching, was a fantastic session of Dungeons and Dragons Melian Chronicles. Sorry that uploads have been late as of recently. It's been really busy in real life, and honestly, these Sunday games are the the ones that logistically come together the most. So we're going to try again for maybe a Lancer session next week, as well as my Friday session. They've really only got 2 to 3 sessions left in them. That arc is coming to a close, a final climatic, massive close that I think will be fantastic to see. As well as for the Melian Chronicles, they're just getting started. You just saw that they've come up into this new town. It's doggone massive. And it's doggone massive, and you know, there's all of these things that they can do, places that they can explore, factions that they are going to be able to work with, and things like that. So it'll be quite an interesting bunch of weeks going forward for them. But regardless, if you like the content, please subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. Every bit helps. Follow me on Twitter as well. I think I would love to get more engagement there as well. And good night, and everybody please stay safe.